know the power of the dark side.
But you know, happiness can be found even in the darkest of time. If one only remembers to turn on the light.
The beacons have been city! The beacons are lit!
Night gathers, and now my watch begins. It shall not end until my death.
Remember it well, then, this night.
For in those memories, we live on.
Do not cite the deep magic to me, witch. I was there when it was written.
Call the banners.
All of them, my lord.
They've all sworn to defend my father, have they not?
They have.
Now we see what the words are worth.
But take heart. Look around you. You're not in this fight alone. We face our enemy together. And together, we will defeat them.
By all that you hold dear on this good earth, I bid you stand! Men of the West!
What is up? I didn't know Rollo was stopping by. How's everyone doing? Crimson Law, Star Wars Marvel Purist, Mr. Tater, Star Wars Dog. Was not late, literally like 45 seconds. It doesn't count as being late.
You were late last stream.
I will take being called a pirate scum. I'm okay with that. So, Damien, how you been doing?
Good, man. Just been playing video games today. And
what are you playing?
I'm giving Survivor another shot.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, look, Survivor got annoying because of the story, but it's never gonna get old running around on one of those planets with a lightsaber.
And that's exactly what I'm having fun with. But you're right. The story just takes you out of it a little bit. It's the whole reason why we play these single player games. But anyway, what's going on tonight, man?
Not much. We're gonna talk about the end of E3. E3 is officially over. We're gonna talk a little bit about the award season. You know, nominations are coming out for the Golden Globes. Haven't looked at them at all, so I'm really interested to see. I imagine Barbie and Oppenheimer are nominated heavily.
Mm-hmm.
So looking at that, and then these Netflix numbers. You know, Netflix released these biannual viewing numbers, and they're the first company to do this, and this is really telling. And there's a lot. I'm not as knowledgeable about this stuff as some people like Valiant Renegade. I can't see what he has to say about them. But it's really interesting that Netflix is willing to do this, and it really seems like they're kicking Disney's ass in the whole transparency thing.
Well, and before we really get into it, I think they're kind of slapping their, they're slapping their thing on the table right now.
Yeah, they're put it on the table and saying what we got.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know, knowing all the drama surrounding it, and they are kind of the top dog in terms of views, as far as I know.
Yeah, they 100% are.
Yeah, so it makes sense that they release it like, hey, we're not scared, you know.
Mm-hmm. So, I guess we should go ahead and start. 1 second. I actually just realized. Actually, real quick, would you or anyone in the chat care about the new Rey movie if this is the Rey we got?
I saw this. It would make me watch it, I think, because as of right now, I'm not going to the theaters to see it.
I think I'd watch that.
I'd for sure watch that. Especially some crazy Jedi flip if she does one.
A little bit of the instead of a lightsaber, it's a flash saber.
Or one of those Marilyn Monroe style videos where she
Oh my god, that is crazy.
You freaking horn dog, Caleb.
Well, I was just kind of curious. Oh, I knew I
God,
forgot to
that's
do this.
funny.
Hang on. Oh, I have to delete the. Okay, I'm gonna need you to take over for just like a minute. What do you
For
want to talk
sure.
about, Fabio?
Shoot, way to put me on the spot.
A little bit, yeah.
I don't know. I'll just mess with chat for a little bit. What's going on, Crimson Law, Spud? What are you guys up to right now? Crimson Law says science, and yes, biology is science. I don't know about that. It's 2023. We can say a lot about what's going on with that. Spud, I would still not give a single fucking fuck. Yeah, I'm pretty much there with you, buddy. It's that Ray movie does not sound like it's in a good spot.
Okay.
I don't even know where they could take it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm not even sure it's gonna happen, dude.
Where's that story gonna go? It's they have nothing.
Yeah, the problem is they've got to meet up with Grogu eventually to have any chance of that being a success. And like everyone else in the world has said, there's no way to really do that successfully.
Yeah.
But as we have here, E3 posted this this morning.
I saw this.
2 decades of E3, each one bigger than the last. The time has come to say goodbye. Thanks for the memories. So I was thinking about this. Did you spend a lot of time watching E3 as a kid?
Yeah, so no, I did not. I didn't really start getting into these big events until I started becoming more familiar with YouTube channels and them covering them. So all transparency, like I can't even name you like what the big event of E3 is in terms of like what they show.
So it's like what video games are doing for the next year and a half, basically.
Okay.
So we got a lot of trailers out of them. I feel like the announcement of what's up, Matt. I feel like the announcement of all of the different what are they called, consoles and those things. Those came at E3. For the most part, I think every now and then they did them at their big one for their own. Sony usually has their own event.
Well,
and I think the reason E3 is dead is because everyone has their own events now. Ubisoft has Ubisoft Forward, which we did that live stream on.
Well, and this goes to what I was gonna say, which is I imagine now, especially after COVID, these events cost more than what the turnout is going to be. And to connect back to your statement, everyone has their own events. Who has the money to fly all over the country to go to these different events, sometimes internationally, right? So I think it makes sense that they kind of just shut the curtains on this one. It's probably too expensive for them to host every time. And when you have things like social media and Twitter where you can make announcements and releases, it kind of just doesn't, you don't really need to make these events anymore.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that. It's kind of disappointing because E3 was a fun thing to watch. You guys sit there and it's kind of like those 4 or 5 seconds when you pull the thing on the slots, and you're like, oh, what are we gonna get? What are we gonna get? What are we gonna get? And then Spud, E3 is over today. Like they had an E3 last year, so.
Well, and Caleb, we lightly talked about this on my stream on Sunday. Video games aren't in a great spot right now, anyway.
Agreed.
So yep. They're probably foreseeing that they're not going to be in a great spot moving forward too, and so they're probably like, is this necessary? Like, should we spend all this money making this event and throwing it on?
Yeah, well, it's funny you say that because one of the things that we're going to discuss with this E3 topic is, what's up, purist?
Hey, buddy.
We finally have actual gameplay footage and a release date for a game 8 years in the making. Skull and Bones.
Oh, I didn't even see that they dropped footage for this.
They did. So we're going to look at this a little bit. We're not going to watch the whole. We're probably going to skip around a little bit here and there.
Oh, I hope there's stuff on land.
But there's some cool stuff in this, and then there's some really dumb stuff in this.
All right, let's get into it.
So let's look at this. I'm not going to play the volume because all you hear is a bunch of cannons. But yeah, obviously this is taking place in the Indian Ocean. Did someone actually talk in this?
Skull and Bones is a gritty and immersive.
Oh yeah. So we all already know what Skull and Bones is.
Well, a lot of this footage seems familiar.
Yes. So a lot of this, the footage that they're starting with is stuff they've used in past stuff. The Ubisoft Forward that we did, they talked about Skull and Bones on that as well, and they used this footage. But there's footage in the back end that is newer. But what the thing that I want to start with is right here. So throughout the promotional stuff for this game, we've seen the same looking character. And so for a long time, we saw this character. For a long time, I thought, so this is our character. And for the same reason that the dog, we'll get to that. Don't worry. When you get back in, we can talk about that. For the same reason that Outlaw is annoying me and you and a lot of other people, that you can't pick your character, I was getting annoyed with this because I thought we wouldn't be able to make our own pirate, because that's especially in a pirate game, that would be cool. But we do finally have confirmation. Sorry, I'm on the wrong thing. That we will be able to make our own pirate, at least a little bit.
Okay.
So we do have options.
Oh, that'll be me.
You can be your ancestor.
I see myself.
We'll get to have our own little daimyo in here.
Maybe drop. I should drop a few LBs.
Well, I mean, he's making a living on the high seas, so I would assume he's gonna drop a couple.
Yeah.
That's okay. My guy will drop quite a couple as well.
Yeah.
But what's nice is it looks like you're going to kind of start the game on this tiny little ship. And so there'll be kind of a progressive system of upgrading your ship, which I really like. And unlike Black Flag, it's not the same size ship. You're going to be able to go up in size, which as a man, I really like.
Well, and it's looking. Oh, that almost went right over my head. You almost had me there. It's looking like classic Ubisoft Assassin's Creed visuals, which I am liking. It's one of the things I enjoy about. Is that a French ship right there?
So yeah, it did look.
That seemed to be it.
No, that is.
Come on, history, bro.
Oh shit! Is that Napoleon?
I mean, I thought it was French. I don't know about it being Napoleon, but
so France's flag is vertical.
Oh.
So no. That's Dutch, I think.
Okay. Booby
yeah, I think that's Dutch.
Yeah, I feel you on that, Spud.
Ubisoft. Oh, come on.
They've been dropping the ball quite a bit in the past few.
Pandora has excelled where everything else has.
Sure. Well,
Napoleon, like the movie.
I feel like that
And then hang on, this was cool. Look at this.
That is cool.
Hang on. Watch what the person at the pole does. Not that pole. The mast. She crouches down to hide from the big pirate ship. So it looks like there's going to be a sense of how would I describe that? Not trying to get killed by the big pirate ships almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I definitely do. And I you briefly talked about what the Pandora is doing.
Yeah.
Is filling in the gaps in a sense. And I would say it's not to go on too far of a tangent, but Pandora seems to be what we should have gotten from the Star Wars.
I 100% agree.
But look, we can move forward. I just wanted to make that.
Wow. That would have been, honestly, that would have been pretty funny. Yes, Star Wars dog. It was strategery. So we see these dry docks. It looks like there's going to be battles on giant forts.
Well, and we were talking about this a while ago, that I'm really hoping that this game turns out to be a realistic version of Sea of Thieves.
Yes,
I am. So,
and I wanted to as well. And what's nice about both this gameplay trailer and some of the stuff that we saw on different announcements is it looks like there is going to be the ability to just play this by yourself. It doesn't look like it's going to be a live play game. That there will be, yes, dog, there will be multiplayer. Now I don't know if it'll be cross-platform.
That ship looks sick.
Yep. The ships look, and you also have different styles. You've got a English style here. This looks more this actually kind of looks American. And then you've got a Chinese junk right here. Like, that's cool.
Wait, what?
A junk.
Why? Because it's made in China?
No, that's the name of the ship.
I didn't know that, but I was making a joke.
Okay. No, it doesn't start to become junk until like the 19th century.
Yeah.
But like this, yeah, your PC's already sweating. So it looks like you start the game having just lost your ship or something. And well, Spud, so this is the interesting thing. This is the second golden age of piracy, which the slave trade was still a thing then. Now, this does take place in the Indian Ocean, which is they probably picked for that being one of the reasons that you can avoid having to do anything with the slave trade.
Well, and a previous shot, something I really admired was that fort had banners on it. So I kind of like the attention to detail on that. So yeah, if you see here,
yeah,
you can clearly see the banners.
Well, so this is a vertical one.
Well, I'm wondering really curious. If it's France. I wonder if it's the big dogs on the seven seas during this time period, right? So I imagine Spain.
Well, so this is India, though.
Right, but the people at this time. So this would take place what mid 1700s,
1780s, 1790s.
Yeah, so late 1700s, early 1800s. It would be who are the big people in trading at that point,
second
right?
Age of hang on, I'm going at second age of piracy. So the golden age is the 1650s to the 1730s. So with them calling this the second golden age, I'm assuming that's going to be about probably post American Revolution, pre French Revolution. That's 25 years. The end of the 18th century. So I think it's going to be. This should still be the French Indian company. What's the name of the company?
The East Indian.
Yeah, the East
The
Indian
East
Company.
Indian. Yeah.
So let's East Indian Company.
East Indian Trade Company.
That's that's what the flag is. The flag is the French East Indian Company.
Okay.
And then part of it's also the Dutch East Indian Company.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. I have a feeling this is going to involve the Dutch, France, England, and America for the most part.
Yeah, so this is the flag of the French East Indian Company. And which looks to be, let me go back to this, which does look to be this right here. Or no, these. But then the Dutch one looks more like this one up here.
I can barely see that on.
I know. It looks more like that flag from the beginning.
Well, regardless, I think this. So I wanted to bring that point up. I have a feeling, depending on what side maybe you can choose, you're going to be and maybe you are a pirate, so maybe you can attack all of the different countries. So I think that makes for a good layout of gameplay. Story wise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it kind of makes me think that it's going to be sort of like Sid Meier's Pirates, where you kind of got to pick a side and fight everyone else. So obviously you're going to begin your journey on this little thing. You're going to have been picked up, select your character, and you'll come into the Pirate Den of Saint Anne, which I had not heard of. Yeah, so it looks like the only thing that annoys me about this is it kind of looks like you're going to go from a very, very tiny, basically dinghy, to like an actual vessel. And I feel like there should be a little bit more of a grind to get to that.
Well, I would say you're not going to just jump into a ship like this. It's going to be bare bones, probably minimal cannons. You can upgrade as you go. You're going to have to do a lot of raiding, looting to get treasure to sell and upgrade your ship. I think it's going to be very similar to the game, or to the Sea of Thieves platform, right? And you're going to have to really put in the work, like as you said, grind to get to get your ship to where it needs to be.
Yeah, which I hope that there is a good balance between a good balance that provides for the grind, because if it becomes too difficult, that's going to level people off. But if it becomes too easy, then everyone's ship is, super powerful by the third mission. Then the game's just super easy.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I do like this weapons. You guys select different.
That's cool.
I'm hoping. Trying to see right here I don't see anything about them being different poundage. That I would really like that if it was like these are 14 pounders, these are 20 pounders.
And you get more range and whatnot. Yeah. Now, one thing I'd like to address is if the multiplayer, because I imagine this is going to be multiplayer to a certain degree. I'd like the option to either join your ship, like say you have a ship going. I'd like the option to get my custom created pirate onto your ship, and I play as a part of your crew. But I'd also like the ability to maybe even run my own NPC crew, and we meet up together on our own ship.
So my understanding is you're only going to have that second option.
Oh, well, I'm okay with that.
That it's going to play a lot. The sea combat is going to play. It's going to play like Black Flag, where you are the ship when you're at sea.
Well, look, that would make so. I mean, if it was me with my ship, you with yours, and Star Wars Dog with his, that would make raids a lot more fun.
Oh, yes.
Because we could attack the fort, and once we defeat the artillery, we could then go move in and attack on land, which I'm hoping is how
I
it
love
plays
the
out.
name of this ship, the Insatiable.
Yeah, that is a good name. But do you hear what I'm saying? Like, what don't you
Yeah.
agree that it would be a lot more fun if we could all, like, once we destroy the artillery from a fort, we could go in together on the island?
Totally agree. And yeah, dog, it won't be. As you can see here in the back, there are stern chasers on the back of the ship. There are armor upgrades. These little lattice things are different points of armor. Later you see let's see. These look like diving bells. These three right here to allow you to dive under the water. I think they had that in Black Flag, didn't they?
I don't remember. That wasn't my favorite Assassin's Creed, as you know.
One of the things that bugs me a little bit is the sheer number. Okay, not the types of cannons. Like, I love that there's a bunch of different cannons. I also love that this looks like there's rifling on it.
Yeah, it does. It does.
But we see it right. What's this? Select your. Oh yeah, and you're gonna have. There's gonna be bounties, different things to go after. The only thing that gets me a little annoyed so far is one thing I do have to say is this looks beautiful.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said before, this
unfortunately it doesn't tell us what. Actually, it might at the very beginning. What 343? Hang on 1 second. I want to see if there's a note that tells us what this is recorded on.
Oh, that battle looked cool. February 16th. Okay.
Work in progress does not represent the final look of the game, right? Okay, but what's it recorded on? Doesn't say. That's annoying. But I mean, what I imagine this is probably going to work pretty well on consoles and a certain level of computer. Once you go above or below that on computer, it's probably going to either shit itself or just not run properly. I do like the idea of expanding your fleet. I'm curious if what that means is, are you going to have like 4 or 5 ships next to you that you then have to give orders to? Or is it going to be like Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, where you'd have a full Brotherhood and you then told them to go do different missions and then they report back?
Yeah,
what do you think?
It's hard to say. I think if you're playing just single player mode, if that's how they're doing it, like you either join a lobby for multiplayer or you just play single player. I have a feeling if you're doing single player, you'll be able to call upon, if you start racking up multiple ships, you'd be able to call upon them and perform your own raids and attacks on ships or forts. But if you're in the multiplayer, I imagine you're meeting up with a bunch of your friends and you won't be able to have the ability to call upon the ships that you've created in. Now that would be cool, but are you following what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I don't think they would give you that ability to where you could have 12 ships all in one raiding party online. I just
online definitely not.
Yeah,
but in single player, I'm wondering if it's going to be that sort of thing.
I think I have a feeling you would be able to do that, but I could be totally wrong.
Dog, yes, it's coming. It is a new gen game, so only Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5,
PC.
and Series X and Series S, PlayStation 5 and PC.
And so now I'm debating. I'll most likely get this on PC and then buy an Xbox controller for me personally, just because I'm more comfortable on it. But I want to say I have a feeling come February we're gonna have a lot of late nights in Discord again.
Yeah, well, just like last February.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at that. We just went 5 seconds and we saw 4 different, almost completely different ships.
Yeah. And to your point so far, they're showing single ships. It might be that you just get one ship. It really might. Oh, that looks cool. Go back to that character. See, that's what I love about these games is or Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed, the level of customization for aesthetics. I'm a big sucker for that, like creative side. Sapaz. I mean, look, that he had he's got a dagger on there, and this is probably early on. I'm sure you could get yourself a coat, a hat.
Yeah.
Probably a cool looking pistol. I mean, I'm a sucker for that type of stuff. So I think this is looking really cool so far.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you think about land? I'm sure they'll show it. I don't know if we're gonna watch the whole thing, but what do you think about land raids?
What's up, dog?
What's up, buddy?
Hey. Hell yeah.
So I don't really remember if I'm looking here now. If there is a lot of movement on land. I know you do a lot of stuff on
that's ports. That's what I'm looking for, though, is to be able to go on an island like you do in Sea of Thieves and
Black Flag.
Yeah, and explore it.
A road.
Yeah.
Surely they would. I mean,
I think there is.
That's what I think.
There's some stuff.
How much fun can you have just sailing around?
Yeah, a
lot for certain people.
Yeah. A good bit.
So there's some stuff at the end that we'll look at. So this is a Bidar, whatever. So yeah, you go and you decide what you're going after. But God, that just looks beautiful.
Yeah. Now, if you are different platforms, is it going to be like cross-platform multiplayer, or is that going to screw us?
I think it's going to be cross-platform, personally, but
you would think like these new games, but I don't know.
I'm inclined to think Ubisoft saw the success of Sea of
Skull
Thieves.
and Bones has full cross-play between PS5, Xbox, PC, and Amazon Luna with up to 20 players on one server.
I think they saw the format of Sea of Thieves and said we could do this way better.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's taken 8 years, because I'm hoping that they didn't see it as let's just get something out. Let's actually take the time to where we could really one them up.
I think it was a bit of both. I think the original idea was, hey, we can really just take that that pirate aspect, make a quick game, make a quick buck. But I think over the last couple of years, they've really realized that this is an opportunity to make a lot of money for a long time. If they make something good, which they need to, because Pandora is helping them. They're not in the black right now. I don't believe. I'm pretty sure they're in the red.
Look, so I don't know about you guys, but when I really like a game, I said it before, I'm a sucker for cosmetics. If they have shit that you can buy that just like it might, the pay to win, I don't like, but if they just have some cool looking like add-ons that you can buy, I'm the type to like click buy. I want that, So if they do some really cool things, I'll spend like $50 at most to like just for the cool looking stuff, not even because I really don't like where they give you the advantage if you're willing to spend the money. I think that's dirty. I think that's
you can acquire it without buying it for real.
Right, but
I hate that.
My petty ass will want to buy the coolest looking shit. So if I just pay for it and get it,
right. I mean, that's fine if you want to buy it, but I think you should still be able to earn it. Because I think a lot of games do that shit to where you don't get it unless you pay for it, like in real life.
Well, look, it's real life money. So I'm kind of on the side where if it's just a cosmetic, you shouldn't necessarily have to have both sides. Like why? Because it ruins the incentive of paying the money to get this crazy.
Well, no, you're getting it before you earned it. That's the incentive.
Well, I would say there are earnables, but those aren't listed on the store, right? So you can earn it. That's kind of how I'm thinking, because then they're not going to sell it. People are just if they put it up for money, people are just going to be like. But I kind of see what you're saying. Like if you're just lazy and don't want to.
It's kind of like that Civil War cannon I have at Sea of Thieves. That's an earnable. You have to do certain stuff to get that.
Right.
Then there's the
Halo
premium
stuff
that you can buy at the IRL money store, and then there's the stuff you buy at the shipwright.
I would argue the earnables should look better. You put in the work, you put in the time.
Well, I think my Civil War can looks better.
They want the money though, so it's an interesting balance. But
yeah, I see what you're saying. I'll be right back, guys.
Okay, bye.
Well, it's too bad because this is about to kind of explain where the game is going to go, like how you're going to play it and shit. Let's listen here.
Out in open waters, you'll come face to face with Skull and Bones' most visceral gameplay element, naval battles. Throughout the Indian Ocean, you'll encounter other players battling, exploring, and pursuing their own objectives. All contracts you take on can be progressed both in solo and in co-op. And if you find yourself facing overwhelming odds, you can fire a signal to rally nearby pirates to your cause, bringing players together to increase your chances of success.
So, I got a couple problems with that. One, Sea of Thieves just introduced Safer Seas, which, if you're wondering, is not worth the time. You only get 30% of the money that you normally get. So after I played it for the first time last Saturday, I think. I did a underwater thing, Battle of the Sea of Thieves, the Ghost Ship Fleet, 2 galleons, and a sloop, and walked away with 50K. And it took an hour to unload everything because there's no captainship, so you can't use the.
Can you have to go back and play it, but can you just fill me in? So, do you have to do the collect treasure and then go?
It looks like
this was focusing on the battle aspect.
So it looks like once you get past these buoys, you're in the internet.
Ooh.
And you are going to come across
that's a good idea.
Players.
Oh, dude!
I'm hoping
they can take the shit that you won, huh?
Yeah,
I hope they can't fucking board.
Oh, I think boarding is going to be a big aspect.
I hope. Why? So I hope.
That's literally the worst part.
Leave it there for a second. Look at that.
So, couple of things. One thing that bugs me a little bit is I want you to watch the cannon fire. Watch the balls. I feel like that's really quick.
Well, okay, this could be sped up. This could be sped up. We don't know the gameplay.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say though, leave it this for wait, go back to that frame, please. So look, imagine all 3 of us plus X-Wing are the ships on the outside and we're attacking one thing here. Think about how fun we could have where we're all on our own ship,
What's up,
we're talking through Discord or whatever and creating strategy Daimyo, you go over there, Jim, you do this, let's turn to the right, instead of how it, because sometimes like for idiots like myself, when I was trying to it took me a few times to play to get used to how to run the ship. I like this idea more where it's a little bit more streamlined, and once you get a hang and play enough and you can run your own ship, then you guys, because that's the whole thing we were trying to do. I remember a few times in Discord on Sea of Thieves, we were trying to figure out how to let's try to join the same server, and it was super complicated. So I think this could be more fun where we could run maybe even 5 people in the same lobby, right? And just go wreck people. I'm actually really looking forward to this game now that we're kind of coming straight into this. So
my thought on it is that I would prefer the ability to just kind of play the game by myself. Like, I love playing with y'all, and I love doing all the fun of Sea of Thieves. But when it's 4 a.m. and I want to play a game and everyone's asleep because I'm the weird one, I don't want to be, ganged up on or end up with 9 people chasing after me. Yes, dog.
What if they did it kind of like GTA 5, where you have the main game where you played through storylines or whatever, and you accumulated a certain amount of wealth and you've achieved things, but then you also have the online side.
Well, so that's
like, are they going to do that or no?
So what I'm hoping they're going to do is I'm hoping it's going to be a lot like what's the Division. I'm hoping it's going to be like the Division, where it's more of a area of the map. So in the Division, let me pull it up real quick.
I have a feeling you're going to have a storyline for single player. I don't think they're going to do that to us.
Yeah, so this is the map of the Division. And basically the story took place all around here. And then there was this middle zone, I forget what the name of it was, that you could enter at any of these little orange spots right here.
Right.
And that was the multiplayer area. It was a free-for-all. But what sucked about it is halfway through you ended up having basically just a bunch of sweaties sit right here at the at every place. And you'd walk out of the little bunker and you'd get killed. You'd get capped right there because everyone was sitting there trying.
I don't know how, I mean, it really just depends on what they are, what they're attempting to do with this game. Because if they were to do it like that, and some of the story, one of the what's it called? Like quest is to go to a certain island that's outside of that line of boundary, then I mean that's just going to piss people like yourself off.
One thing we got to remember is what the thing says right here: out on open waters. And then if we look, what does a buoy mean?
It's a boundary.
I think what this is saying is that basically when you sail off, into quote unquote international waters, that's where the multiplayer is. That's where or at least that's where the open multiplayer.
I hate to say it, Caleb. I think you're giving these studios too much credit. I don't think people.
I think that would be a very easy and very simple thing to do.
I just don't think they are thinking about it on the level that you are. That's my that's kind of what I think. I open out in on the open waters is kind of also just it's when you think pirates, you think of phrases, right? So that's kind of how I'm viewing it. I'm thinking that knowing Assassin's Creed, which is definitely, this game is modeled after that.
Right.
So I would say, I would argue there's going to be a gameplay style where you choose to go into a lobby or you choose to play against NPCs.
One thing I'll be interested to see is how they do bailing in this.
Lord I can feel myself getting kicked just watching this.
Lord knows we've spent a lot of time bailing our ships in Sea of Thieves. But I backed up a little bit because they're about to show the map here, or some of the map. And I think it's a very interesting size. That looks beautiful.
The whole game so far looks very beautiful.
Yeah,
this is cool. This is giving me a lot of Sea of Thieves vibes. I won't lie.
So this, hang on, let's go back just a couple seconds. So we've got some relatively large land masses. We got some archipelagos. I just have a hard time believing that, there at any point there would be another player. Now, the if you look here and you see these different,
the shallow spots.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if the shallows are safe for quote unquote single player, and the darker is the multiplayer server.
No, I think I think
it's not fun to not be able to attack them at a port.
I personally,
I don't think you'll attack them at a port.
No, I think once you land your ship, if it's online, you're good. Like, I think people could roll up on you, steal your ship.
Yeah, you're fair game.
Fair game. It wouldn't make sense
like that.
Well, I would say for the major ports, like like where you go sell your stuff, I think you 100% once you get there, you're good to go. Like, and attack people. I just don't think what incentive would it be to roll up on an island and your shit can't get taken, like in Sea of Thieves?
Right.
You know? There's no
What's
incentive.
that pirate like?
Yeah, exactly. The whole game's about pirates and looting.
Yeah. It's like the kid when you were playing tag that always wanted to have multiple safe spots.
Yeah.
No, I'm touching the tree. I'm safe.
So this thing that you've got to remember, this is not not Sea of Thieves. This is a game with a story. It's a campaign story that takes place in a pirate world.
But this is why this is why I was trying to break it down between the two. I think there might be a story mode that you play and then an online lobby.
That's what I was saying.
I really think that, because I have a feeling, knowing that there's Sea of Thieves out there, like it's a pirate game, first and foremost.
It's a pirate role-playing game at that.
Yeah. So
apparently there's a trailer prior to this, about a year old, that confirms that you will be able to opt into PvE or PvP servers.
This is, which kind of goes to what I was saying.
Yeah. So
interesting.
So I think it's still probably going to be a thing where there's areas that are safe, whether or not it's kind of like.
Hey, Bobby.
Yeah, there could be.
What's up, Bobby? Whether or not it's kind of like in Sea of Thieves, where when you go do the tall tales and you go through that arch and then you're in a safe space.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised. In fact, I think that would probably be the smarter thing to make it more of a best of both worlds almost. But like I don't have the problem with where that cursor is right now, fighting 30 different ships right there, because you should be able to. But it's the idea.
Could you imagine 30 ships?
Yeah. we're gonna do our own Battle of Trafalgar.
Well, and Caleb, to your point, I think what? Oh, I just pulled the Rolo. Well, actually, I was thinking that. I was thinking that maybe there is a safe spot on each island. So if you're doing a mission, to pull up there. But if you just roll up on some random part of the island, if they were smart, they would do that. Like if you're single player and the game, you don't have an option about it, there should be a port where like you're trying to complete a mission and you need to go into the island. You don't have another person to stay at the ship to protect it. You roll up to this one spot, you're in a safe zone, no one can attack you. But if you're playing online and you just roll up to an island that doesn't have a safe spot, you better, and you are online, you better have a few people
keep your head on a swivel,
right?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's assuming you can.
Chainsaw Cranker. Nice name.
I don't know if it's going to be, well, first off, Spud, 100%. First thing you do is make your character look like Jack Aubrey. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And then the thing that would be curious about this, though, is if you get to those areas around the island where there isn't that safe space or there isn't that dock or whatever that protects your ship,
right.
are you going to be able to say, okay, I want half my crew to remain on? Y'all watch the ship. Are you able to call the AI fleet to come protect you? So I'm curious how that will roll.
I don't know.
What do you mean we're all NPCs, Takara?
Yeah, I think
yes, there are diverse lady pirates. Yes, there are.
You're a diverse character.
With their bosoms.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, so we're doing a whole lot of speculating and kind of wishing and stuff, but I guess to me there are aspects of like Sea of Thieves, which I think is a super fun game and a really good idea. And I think that's where a lot of these ideas are coming from, of like what we would do different that Sea of Thieves does.
Yeah.
So, but
look,
yeah,
I've been saying it from the start. Fun. I've been saying it from the start, Dog, that I think this is just going to be a upgraded version of that game, which I showed you guys.
I'm down for.
I enjoyed it. Like, I enjoy it, but you guys ended up getting way more experience.
We took the ball and ran.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, go back a hair.
I'm gonna play it so that we get to see that.
Oh. Yeah.
And then this.
Shit.
Oh, that looks cool. This looks cool.
Boarding action.
Yes. So you will be boarding.
Oh.
Yep. No, I mean, dude,
dude, they still have to get within range. They still have to. They probably still have to.
That's the worst. That's the worst part of Sea of Thieves is the sweaties on there. When they board onto your shit, you can't do anything.
No, but you gotta remember. So I don't think you were here when I said this. This won't be when you are on your ship. You're the ship. You're not running around. You're not.
So you don't have like a crew.
So you have the crew. But you're not.
But they're like an AI crew.
Yeah, they're NPCs. As far as I'm aware, I can't say, okay, I want Daimyo to be my first gunner. Which is a little disappointing. I was really hoping to be able to crew out a ship with different people.
I have a feeling, though, Caleb, there might be a possibility that you can do that. But at the same time, I think that when you get raided, like there's going to be some form of forced gameplay where you have to get off the wheel and you need to go fight the people.
Yes.
Yeah. So, what if when you take the helm, you get into that far out view as if you were the ship, but if you're on the deck, like if you exit from the steering wheel, you're on the ship.
Yeah. So
that would be awesome. Because there's probably too much shit in the way to be able to see.
514. So this is an example of being the ship. Now, what we haven't seen this whole time, for the most part, is images of. So here's an image of firing. Well, maybe.
Smoldering.
So there's an image of firing, but it still just looks like the Black Flag firing, where all you did was just your camera angle adjusted.
I don't know. We'll see.
That looks
right.
Sick. Mm-hmm. So I have a question for you guys. What are the possibilities for like the mythological stuff in Open Sea?
So that comes up right about now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we need to just watch the whole damn trailer.
I didn't want Ubisoft to completely strike me.
Well, you have the volume off, so they can't, even if we play it. That's typically how it works.
Are we sure?
Yeah. Most
so that's definitely a legendary ship.
A legendary ship or the Dutchman?
It's probably not the Dutchman.
I'm hoping there isn't the most annoying part to me about Sea of Thieves was the ghost ships. I don't like them. They're always NPCs. I really hope there aren't things like that in this game. I didn't like the ghost.
Really?
Thing. Yeah.
Like the skeleton ships or the actual ghost ones?
The skeletons.
Really?
Oh, see, that like gave us shit to do. Yeah.
Well,
I love going against skeleton ships.
I don't know. I would prefer NPC ships over skeletons.
Those are skeletons.
They are.
I understand that. I'm just.
But you want like a real crew, not the mystical.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even on the shores, it's exclusively skeletons.
You want reality, not.
Yes,
skeletons.
that's a better way.
They're a goofy game, though.
Okay.
That is a goofy game.
I was confused.
I'm hoping in this game it's a realistic.
It looks like we're probably gonna get some sort of like decent balance.
Yeah, and I'm okay with having the monsters. Like that'd be cool. Like if there's a megalodon or a giant sea snake or a kraken, I'm okay with
kraken.
Snakehead, what?
A snakehead, a giant snakehead. Hold on.
I think this is a giant alligator.
Yeah, it looks like it.
That's a mosasaurus or
I was about to say it looked like the Loch Ness.
Yeah, Nessie.
Daimyo. Okay, there you go. That might be a decent stream. The mystical animals that we've all grown up
when
with.
When did Aljamain Sterling become a pirate?
Who?
He's a UFC fighter. I'm sorry. Sorry, Caleb. I forgot we're not on my channel.
Yeah. So once again, here we got a buoy. I'm gonna assume that X is supposed to be like our pirate flag. It's a symbol they've been using a lot in Skull and Bones in advertising for it. So I think it's supposed to be like your pirate flag. I hope not. I hope you can make a better one than that. What do y'all think?
Sure.
Not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest. I can't give it.
Maybe it depends on the island. And they're not trying to give away the islands, so that's the like blanket one that they're putting on the trailers.
Oh, good point.
Yeah,
I do like that. It looks like, assuming I'm right, that this is supposed to be our flag, so like our home port or something. I do like that. It looks like you can build your own sort of castle type thing, your own sort of fort.
Ooh, your own fort. Yeah, that'd be cool. Neat.
The
treasure maps.
Looks like treasure maps. A little more detailed than our Sea of Thieves one.
Indeed.
Sure. Okay, so that pretty much answers my question. If you're going on land, which is my biggest.
We're going on land.
No, I do definitely think you'll be going on land. I don't think it's going to be like so. This
you get bugs front facing.
Yes,
well, I bet you have to upgrade your shit before you just get them.
Yeah, absolutely. We do have bow and stern chasers.
Yeah,
but the thing that bugs me is the sheer amount of different choices. I know that sounds dumb because I love choices. I love having choices. But some of these things are just dumb. So we've got not that. I love having choices on your cannons.
You're sounding like my coworker that complains about things too seasoned. Like he's made the comment twice this week.
You could have too much salt or something.
He wasn't talking salt, but whatever.
So yeah, going on. It does look like we'll be going on land. I hope it's not in the same manner that you went on
looks
land
good. That looks
in
good.
Sid Meier's. I hope you actually
looks like you're.
Oh, you can get a freaking pet.
Yeah. Looks like we're gonna be able to get pets.
Okay, I'm buying this game. This that pretty much solidifies it for me.
Kingdoms and kingpins. Cool.
I'm gonna get a parrot.
So these might be the NPCs. Oh shit!
This might be the story side of things.
Yes, right. Yes. So that's what I think. I think this is going to be the story.
I take it and if knowing Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed franchise.
First off, salt is seasoning. It's just not the only seasoning.
And by the way, Spud, Caleb thinks salt is spicy. First of all,
hold on. Where did that come from?
Yeah, salt and mayo. They're both very
just
spicy.
to pile onto it.
Where did that come from? These are
I'm
all
putting all that black pepper in there.
That's too hot. That's too hot.
My indigestion's gonna kick up.
I'm gonna need a tongue after that black pepper. Now
I got hot sauce in my purse.
Knowing Ubisoft and the Assassin's Creed franchise, they most likely will take real pirates and just fill in the blanks on them. I think so. I think so. I think we're going to see a lot of.
You're like a real pirate.
I don't know, but
a real pirate.
He might not specifically, but I think you'll see like Blackbeard.
We better not see Blackbeard.
Oh, in terms of the time period.
Well, just he didn't go into the East Indian Ocean.
Well, but they take liberties. We know that. Like in terms of history,
liberties.
So I'm saying they're going to take things from history and put them in this, but it's not going to be.
I'm so white. I say no more Mr. Nice Guy when I get mad. Woohoo! Okay, well,
that's a good one.
Yeah, that is good.
Gosh darn it, that's good.
I'm just
Caleb. It's like that. It's like that meme. What's the Caucasian way of saying you got me fucked up? And it's hey buddy.
Oh yeah.
I love. So what's funny is when I was playing as I've been playing Sea of Thieves, I've always wanted to make my ship look like the HMS Victory with the gold and the black on the sides. But I think I'm going to go after this white and blue. This looks slick. What do y'all think?
Yeah. It's very Merchant Alliance like.
What's wrong with the turkey sandwich?
What? Dirty sandwich?
Well, he's saying I'm so white, you can't fool me. Okay.
Oh, shit.
We all know I'm Mexican.
What, mate?
Jesus.
What?
Oh, that fort looks cool. Now, is that the Dutch or?
Dutch is red.
Yeah.
It's red and white. Danish. Dutch. Right? No, Danish and Dutch.
They're the same thing.
I thought so.
Let's see.
Look who it is.
Well, yeah, look who's in chat. Hold on, let me put my glasses on.
Well.
Should I go put a bro tank on too?
No. You can put a skull cap on though.
Put it in sport mode.
Yeah, for real.
Let's look at flags.
I can't see shit.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking
to see
if we can figure out what. I mean, if this flag is like an actual thing, it might not be. It could just be a flag they made up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it could be.
I mean, one of those early ones definitely looked like the Dutch East Indies Trading Company.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But this one, I'm not seeing. Because this would be a trading company. It wouldn't be
for sure
a military from. It wouldn't be like that
colonial military
actual thing. Hey, Rolo, you can come on when you don't look like you belong in the Skater Boy music video.
Like the skids from Letterkenny.
Yes. So you can. Y'all can't see him. But you can if you tuck the left hair back into the skull cap. There you go. Now you don't look like
son of a bitch.
Yeah, dude. He had half of it hanging out.
I didn't even fucking notice until you said that.
Oh my gosh, so gay.
Shit. What's up, buddy?
Okay, so Caleb,
yes,
please.
Yes.
Share
this one, yeah. this looks to be something like that.
I was gonna say,
is it the East Indian? Because this is East Indian Trading Company. This one right here
is.
But
maybe they took liberty, and
this isn't. This is
their variation.
Look at the caption: redesigned flag of the East Indian Trading Company.
So,
but I was looking at, this one looks similar, but it doesn't really say what it is.
I was gonna say it could be a specific division.
So this is saying United States. So that I mean,
I haven't even seen this trailer yet, to be honest with you. So, is it going to be our new Sea of Thieves? It's not multiplayer though, is it?
It is. Yes,
it is.
I think it might. It might.
Dude, it looks so good.
You're never around, so you won't be playing anyway.
But so I do think that some of these are probably made up companies. One of those at the beginning definitely did look like the Dutch East Indian one.
Yeah.
None of
perhaps
them,
they have their own like competitor to it or something.
Which would be
that
really
might be a
cool.
mission.
Yeah, so I think that this game has taken a lot of little things from a bunch of different pirate games. And my idea is that one of the things they're taking from Sid Meier is the ability to basically befriend the faction. Well, Sid Meier's took place in the Caribbean. So they were befriending, or you were befriending countries. Since this is in India, I think you're going to be befriending companies. And so, you get to, date the daughter of the CEO of the company, whatever they were over there. I don't remember.
Sure.
But they do tend to throw in a bunch of romances now in these games. So let's keep going. We're getting close. So this is kind of what I'm talking about.
The ballistas.
Like,
what the hell was that?
That was
that like a ancient hellfire?
Like that was like a war engine. That was like a war engine.
Oh no, that's a crossbow mount.
Yeah,
harpoon.
That's a war engine, is it not?
Yeah, I'm waiting for Drogon to fly over and be killed by the freaking ballista.
Isn't that what they got smog with
I
too?
don't think they ever had ballistas on their boats.
Now that
looked incredible.
100% did have flame.
The Dragon's Breath one?
Yeah, they did have Dragon's Breath.
Shit.
But
how the fuck did they do that?
But they weren't like
I mean, they had gunpowder at that time.
Yeah, they weren't huge ass flames coming out the front of the thing, and they weren't continuous.
Well, it's a liberty taken.
I
mean,
know.
This is expected.
It's one of those things that too many.
Next, you're gonna tell me that.
Is it though?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I was gonna say
Jack Sparrow hat.
Well,
Jack Sparrow skull cap.
Go back about 10 seconds, Caleb. So I'm thinking.
Oh, this shit looks so good.
Maybe a little bit forward because you saw 3 different ships. I think right after this. Hold on.
There's
right after this. Yeah, right there. I have a feeling that's you and your friends. Like
that's multiplayer.
Yeah, 100% that's friends.
Multiplayer.
Dun, 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 dun,
Dude, wait. What if we all get our own boats?
Well, yeah.
Well, that's what we're speculating.
Yeah,
literally. Okay. So should we just catch him up?
Catch him up. I'm going to take a lead.
Yeah, give him a synopsis.
Okay. So this game takes place in the East Indian Ocean. You're a pirate. It's cross-platform.
Multiplayer.
Multiplayer. There's PvP, PvE in servers.
Has a storyline too.
Has a storyline. You can go on land. When you're on the ship, you're the ship, which means.
Question though.
Well, that's what it seems, right? Or did they write that out somewhere?
That is what they've said. You are the ship.
It's not fantastical at all. It's very accurate to history. So like, there's not going to be like the Kraken showing up. You know,
no, there's
creatures.
Yeah, there's
creatures. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, who knows? Even
white people start having a bucket full of copper. What is that?
What the?
Clearly, I'm not that white. Okay. I think we've got Rolo caught up.
Yeah, pretty much. I'll watch the full trailer after this, but
big map, very big map.
I think I know who that is now.
Tokara.
Yeah. It just hit me. I'm pretty sure I know who that is now. Yeah.
She's Dan's wife.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, not my Dan, not the other King's advisor.
What, your Dan?
But
are you guys an item?
The DAAN.
Okay.
You guys are an item, huh?
Oh, shut up.
Fabio just comes and he's like, "Did I hear gay?"
Anyway, here we go.
Hey, don't leave me on. Yeah, thank you.
Rolo,
yeah, that's where Rolo succeeds.
Yeah, Rolo's a power bottom.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Roddy, clip it. Roddy, clip that.
I'd rather be a power bottom than a regular bottom.
Oh my god, highlight Crimson's chat.
That too. Hell no, I'm not highlighting
Galen.
that. Let's see. Should I ban user or just put them in timeout?
That's Spud.
I'm already on it. I'm already on it, bro.
I like the second spelling.
One of the cool things here is we see knots down here. It looks like you get to pick between are you using your spyglass? Something with a shield. No idea what that is.
No, this looks fun. Dude, I do want your guys' opinion on this, though. Do you think we will have the option of, if we run online, we can join someone's ship or choose to join the server with our own ship?
I think you're going to have to join the server with your own ship.
Okay. Because it would be fun if we could all just join a crew, right? You have the option of joining a crew or joining a server with your own
fleet.
Yeah, but I think it's the kind of thing where they gotta draw a line.
If you can have like 4 of us, right? Like us 4, and then have an AI crew that you could
it'd be great to have the 4 of us, but you're never around.
Yeah. No, we got X-Wing. We don't need roll.
Oh, shut up. You know what I'm saying now. Like if the 4 of us were to be in a game and we could all be in the same boat, but we still have an AI crew, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
There's like
look,
maybe you can purchase more crew.
Look, we laughed about this before Caleb. This game took 8 years. How do we know that they weren't spending this time to give these different divisions, right? And
because it's Ubisoft.
Yeah, fair enough. That's fair.
So
so like
every argument you have, it's Ubisoft.
Because it's Ubisoft.
It's Ubisoft, right?
I've been playing Avatar, and it's literally Far Cry, but on Pandora. Like it's straight up at like a Ubisoft game. It's just Far Cry on Pandora.
Well, what else would it be?
I mean, I'm not complaining. I love Far Cry, but it's literally like I'm like, wait a second. If you were to remove all the colors and like that are bright blue and make them regular green, this is literally just a Far Cry game.
Yeah.
Like it should have been made by the same group of people. It probably was made by the same group of people.
Well, it's made by Ubisoft.
Any Ubisoft game is going to end up being like pretty similar in a way, especially their combat. All their combat is the same.
I gotta say, as of now, like what we've seen so far, I mean, unless there's just some aspects that are just poor decisions, this definitely seems like it's going to be. I think it's going to be better than Sea of Thieves.
I think so too.
There's going to be aspects that we'll miss, like from Sea of Thieves, but I think all in all, we might get more enjoyment.
I'm very excited.
No, wait, is that a dog?
No, it was a cat.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm here.
I love
right-hand
cats.
corner.
God, they taste good.
Yeah, I just had some tonight.
This is not a John Graver stream, Daimyo. All right, that I don't know if they had fireworks.
They had mortars.
Oh yeah, no, they did.
Mortars stacked like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is like right around the 18th century. So yeah,
Okay,
they had that.
Then yeah, okay. Yeah, they keep showing these 3 ships, so it's definitely a crew, like a group of characters.
Oh, I hope that's Black Caesar.
Who?
That would be cool.
You got part of it right.
Presented by Netflix.
Oh my god, dog.
Presented by Netflix.
I love it. Both of y'all just skipped right over what he said. Holy shit.
Anyway,
what's this email I just got from YouTube? Oh,
I don't know.
I'm gone. Okay.
Wait, what? Your stream got taken down?
No, it's
Oh, okay.
I love the. Okay, here's one of the things I really love that we
Is that
don't
Singapore?
get in. This is one of the things that I love that we don't get in Sea of Thieves. The amount of different top sales that there were.
Yep.
We got jibs, all that shit. I love it.
Yeah. Sweet.
No, this is India.
Is it India? Okay. It looked like Singapore for a second.
Why? Just because it looks really poor and
No, because it looks like
So
Singapore
rude.
from Pirates of the Caribbean 3.
so rude.
Mm.
Let's see.
Let it ride. I want.
Yeah, it looks like you're gonna get your own pirate lair. Oh damn, she got
Smuggling ring.
nasty on her head.
She's
Smuggling ring. Cool.
Illegal goods.
Ooh, rum. Perfect.
So the one thing I might have missed.
Oh,
Definitely missed it.
sick.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys already saw this, if it was already in the trailer or not, because I haven't seen it. Is there like on foot combat?
So I don't know about on foot combat, but you will be going on foot. There is stuff to do on land. There are treasure maps. I imagine in PvE or PvP, if you end up on an island and someone shows up, and they can go on land and try to kill you. I mean, why else would your character have swords and pistols?
Well, I mean, can you like? I'm saying, not even on land, but like you should have board other players' ships and.
Well, so that's the thing. They haven't shown any actual combat on ships.
Have they shown any combat at all? Like literal?
No, none.
But again, it's a game made by Ubisoft. There'll be hand-to-hand combat.
There should be.
That's
you
true.
would think.
That's true. Yeah.
I do know that I'm going to spend the majority. See, so here's you definitely do go on land.
That was
cool. Those maps looked good.
Can you do me a favor? Go back 10 seconds to where you see the flags on that ship.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see if there were other ships
a
around.
little bit further.
And,
I will say I'm going to spend the majority of my time up here.
Mm.
On the top mast, a majority of my time.
I thought you spent the majority of your time on the wheel.
Oh, I thought he was going to make a joke.
No, I wasn't.
No,
I was serious.
I probably, but I like to be on top. So.
Oh God.
I could make a joke there, but
where are we going, Daimyo? Right.
He wanted to see flags.
It was a bunch of yellow flags.
Right here?
That would,
yeah. So it does look like you're running your own. I just wanted to verify more. Yeah. That's all.
Oh my God, we could be like One Piece. That actually looks so fucking fun.
Looks like straight chaos too. I love
Imagine
it.
if like all 4 of us just rolled up on like a other crew and just fuck them up. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, so
Big
there's
ass
gonna be
crocodile.
speed hunting.
What the hell?
And we finally have a fucking release date.
Thank God. It's only
February
2
16th,
months away.
2024.
Thank God.
Pre-order, huh? That might be a Friday
pre-order
thing.
it. Do not pre-order it.
No?
Most likely. I don't think I'm going to pre-order it. I've been waiting for this game since it was going to start coming out, but
private chat.
What's going on,
That's
guys?
ridiculous. I got the One Piece joke, Takara.
I'm just trying to see what's going on there.
Did you say there was another trailer as well?
At least there is a date.
Yeah, that thing I was talking about. Yeah, it's a trailer from a while back. It's an old trailer. I think everyone that's had any interest in this has already seen it.
Well, this is me learning of it, so.
Okay.
Wait, you haven't heard of this game since now?
No, man, I don't. Not since recently hanging out with you nerds. My ear has not been to the ground.
Oh my God! How did that happen?
I don't know.
Oh
Must
my
be the
gosh,
internet.
that's so weird.
Why is dog second? What the fuck?
So he put y'all in your place. That's why. Okay. I don't think it's this one.
I'm over here on time every single stream. That's fine.
Oh, that is true.
That's fine.
I had to eat my food.
So,
hey, just be happy you're not on bottom.
Well, I was before he showed up.
Power bottom.
That wasn't that. Yeah.
Ronnie, come and get it.
He just doesn't know. You just don't listen.
Caleb, you just never been a power bottom. You just don't get it.
Dude, that wasn't a compliment.
Rather be a power than a weak.
So this is the E3 trailer. It's kind of funny that this is the E3 trailer for 2017.
I've seen it too. Son of a bitch.
Time to be a professional victim.
Men from all over the world.
So even then, this was originally going to be in 1721.
Oh, fuck you, Crimson.
Now it's like 1780.
Oh.
Boats sail the treacherous trade routes of the Indian Ocean. The riches in their holds fuel their dreams of power and fortune, while whetting the appetites of those they fear most. Pirates.
Fucking awesome trailer.
A man decides after 70.
Commodore Beckett.
A little bit.
No, we're never gonna survive.
Go damn slow!
Is she lame and gay?
Damn.
What's funny? So what's really funny about this is even in 2017, you could still see how this was an Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah, straight up.
Because of
It's just like it.
her skeleton's hood.
Well, not even that. It looks like the animation is the exact same. Like any Assassin's Creed trailer.
True.
Oh well, yeah.
God, it just looks gorgeous though.
Hang on. Watch the
How did that fall?
hang on. Watch the
mask.
There's a chest right here.
Oh, this is all cinematic. I think we should.
I know. But it helps try to figure out what the other people are. Watch the chest. There's a logo on the chest. I'm going to pause it. Oh, you see it right here. So that CMC, something like that.
Yeah,
that's the trading company.
It's probably a fake trading company that we don't know of.
Yeah. I mean,
that's what I speculated.
I just saw it. It just flew towards us.
Yeah, they're probably fake trading company.
Let it go.
Yeah, this is just a cinematic trailer.
Well, it looks good.
But that's all the way back then. I can't find any of the other ones.
Listen, there's a strong female in it, so we all have to buy it.
So YouTube is just inundated with reactions and stuff, so I can't find the stuff from like a year or so ago. But overall thoughts, everybody.
I think this is going to be a really fun game. I think all four of us are going to have a really fun time playing. I think come February, we're going to be spending a lot of time just fucking immersed in
it. And I hope it could be more than just four of us too, because there's been situations that we can have crews of 7 or 8 people all in Discord, playing and shit.
Well, and to what you're saying, if you just go in with your own ship, I mean, we could probably get 5 to 6 people. Running our own ships and attacking forts and
dude, us 4 and then J and X. That's the crew, or the fleet.
Well, yeah, it'll be minus yourself, and then the rest of us will all be playing.
Yeah.
The amount of fire going on.
Dog, what do you think?
Sorry, I work so much.
Dog, what do you think?
Oh, super excited! Like I'm so tempted to pre-order now. I think I'm gonna get it on the PS5, and I'll be playing in the living room with the headset.
Is there a special edition, like collector's edition?
Probably.
I don't know yet.
They all have special editions.
I didn't even know there was an Avatar collector's edition, or else I would have gotten it. Apparently, Jay got like this statue and shit. I would have copped that, but
want to be like Jay, huh?
No, I like Avatar as much as J and X do. Like, we're like the only 3 people that love Avatar.
What, you love a mediocre story?
Yes. To be honest with you, yes, I absolutely fucking love Avatar 1 and 2.
I'm just messing with you.
Are they as good as Lord of the Rings or Star Wars?
Take the sand out of your bunch and move on.
Okay, new topic. Shit.
And no, I'm not going over to Caleb's house after the stream.
Yeah, I already went over to his last night. So Netflix, I don't know who knows about this. This is kind of a big deal. So Netflix released their first of their biannual viewing reports. And it's a massive amount of data. It included for licensed stuff as well as originals. And what it does is it covers more than 18,000 titles and nearly 100 billion hours viewed between January and June of this year. It includes 1 hours viewed for every title, as long as there's more than 50,000 hours viewed. So if something, let's say, so we know Suits was the most viewed thing on Netflix's library this year. But this report breaks it down by season.
I have to excuse me.
And then it also includes the premiere date for any Netflix original series and whether that title was available globally. And I have it here, and I just realized I don't think I can share this. I might have to share the actual screen.
Ooh, Dog put the new logo up. I didn't even notice.
So this is part of the report. And what's interesting about this is you see that the number 1 viewed thing for Netflix for TV was The Night Agent. It was available globally. It released in the end of March at 112,000 hours. It was 112 million hours.
Is that
but what's interesting about that is we know Wednesday was one of the more successful shows on Netflix in a long time. But that's only number 4. So why is there so many different hours? Well, because Wednesday released last November. So by including the release date, you get to see that in this period of time, Wednesday had 507 million hours viewed, as opposed to The Night Agent that had only 812.
Yeah,
so then the question becomes, okay, so how many hours, if Wednesday was so popular last year that it became Netflix's, I think, #1 original content last year?
Yeah.
How many hours were viewed last year?
So I think that's a good point you bring up, but I think all in all, this is just a way of them saying it's an FU to the rest of the service.
Oh, 100%. That's exactly what it is.
I think they're just saying like we're willing to give our actual numbers out to the public because they're not afraid of backlash or of YouTubers making videos about it.
Well, because they're not going to lose anything. That's the thing. They're not going to lose jack shit if they put their numbers out. In fact, they're probably going to gain more people going, yeah, that's it. You know what? At least this service is honest. Whereas like every other one isn't. So, I mean, and Netflix doesn't need to care. Like they have so much content on their platform that isn't specifically just Marvel and Star Wars, or specifically Hulu shows, or things, or HBO's Game of Thrones and movies that they get on HBO. Like, they don't have to worry about any of that because they get random shit all the time on Netflix. Plus, the anime market has been huge for them. So, I don't think that they care at all. They're like, yeah, look, we're doing great. Sure, we'll put the numbers out. Donnie, you started a war in chat with Takara.
Let's see.
I don't care. But yeah, it's like, correct me if I'm wrong, but there aren't many streaming services out there that are actually showing the views on all these shows that they host, right?
Yes. So I think that's kind of the big part about this. That's why this is such a big deal. So Netflix is going to release these twice a year. Now, I don't know, because this is the one from January to June. So I don't know if they're just late this year with this one, or if it's probably one of those things that it takes a lot of time to compile all this data. So it's probably the kind of thing where, well, they had to wait. And so we'll get July through December, probably second quarter next year. So, what I'll be interested to see is if, let me pull that back up. If any of the things that they've released in this back half of the year take over those top spots, because I can't really think of any, at least TV show wise. I mean, One Piece will be up there.
Cobra Kai is going to be up there when it comes out.
Yeah, but we won't see that until
next year.
And we won't see the data until the end of 2025, because I think that's supposed to be the end of 24, which will come out near the mid of 25.
No, I thought Cobra Kai was supposed to come out this summer.
But I don't think they've started filming, dude.
No, I heard they finished it. They just couldn't finish like the rest of the stuff because of the writer's strike and whatnot. There was
the writer's strike and the actor strike wouldn't have affected anything that's post production.
They weren't in post. They were almost done, from what I heard.
I read that they're starting filming in January.
Well, maybe they waited then. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Maybe they waited then.
Which is kind of annoying because I wish they had just filmed it.
Yes.
But what's interesting about this is Vikings Valhalla season 2.
God, don't get me started on that shit.
Mid-January.
I'm going to watch Vikings just because of what you guys have said.
205 million hours. So where's
wait? What is it? 200 million hours?
205 million.
I'm so shocked that it even got that much. That show is
so where is
because to the normie daimyo who aren't like
Valhalla
people like us who love history, they just watch it. They're like Viking show, cool.
Yeah,
so that's season 2.
You know,
nothing
season
wrong
1 released end of February last year and got 116 million hours viewed this year.
So it up by a
brand new season. What the fuck? Yeah, the brand new season got double the how did I say this? In the amount of time, I feel like I'm trying to fucking write a fucking math word problem.
Yeah, you sound like it.
So
you sound like an open.
Fucking hell, you piece of shit. So Valhalla season 1 came out in February of last year, and in the period of January to June of this year, it got 115 million hours viewed. Season 2 in the same period got 215 million hours viewed. So it did double the amount of time viewed, but Valhalla season 1 has been out for a year and a half.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I do history streams with you. You already know where both of us stand on this. Yeah. I'm shocked it even got that number. And I tried to look it up, like maybe there's a timing thing, and there wasn't much content going out. But this came out in 2023 of January. So it's like the COVID excuse doesn't account for that. I don't know. Maybe it was just a dead time. That's funny. Maybe it was a dead time of content. But look, one of the supporting actors of that, and she has a lot of screen time, is King Haakon or Queen Haakon in that. And the actual history is a white Viking male, and they gender and race swap. And I'm not going to get too political on this, but the point being is that it was the epitome of the stereotypes that we're talking about right now. Like, I don't understand how it could get 200 million views. That's me personally, but I bet a bunch of people probably just clicked on it and were like, this is the only thing that's happening right now. I'm going to watch the show. That's personally how
I didn't even know. Right. And like, I watch Netflix a lot for like different anime shows and stuff that you can't find anywhere else. So I'm like, all right, if I'm on this app all the time, like when I can't find anything else to watch, so I go there, if it's not YouTube, okay, why have I not even heard that they have a spin-off called Valhalla of Vikings? Like, I knew Vikings was a thing, but I never like watched it. I knew my aunt loved it. And then now you're telling me I just knew it was on Netflix.
Well, so Rolo, I've been a fan since it was live airing on TV. So I've been a fan of the History Channel. They don't get everything correct in terms of the history, but I really like the show. And a lot of people who are fans of like Game of Thrones will say that the first couple seasons of Vikings, the History Channel one, actually go toe to toe in terms of a TV show. And I believe that. Just the writing, it drops off. That's a story for another day. But the difference between the Netflix adaptation and the History Channel Viking show is night and day. So I'm like, as a fan of these shows and Vikings in general, I'm shocked that they actually got that many people to watch.
I'm agreeing with you because I'm shocked at the fact that it has that many views when I haven't even heard of it, and I'm on the app all the time, and I didn't even know they made one called Vikings Valhalla. I just knew.
Yeah. Sorry to cut you off, Spud. I completely agree with you. Me and Caleb have talked about this extensively on both of our channels. That costumes are
wrong. I knew that.
No, but costumes are a big thing in history oriented shows. And it's one of the things that pisses me off the most. Everything's way too clean. Everything looks like materials that have been made in present day. It just takes you out of it as someone that likes history. So I agree with you, Spud, 100%.
You take Rings of Power and put it next to Lord of the Rings. That's your answer right there, of the difference between how something should look from that time period. Like Rings of Power, everything's clean, everything's pristine and perfect. Whereas Lord of the Rings, everyone's tattered, everyone's a little bit dirty, like except for like the elves. But you get what I'm saying, though. It's like that. That is night and day as well. Themselves.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. Enough grittiness, because it was a gritty time of human history. It should be gritty. It should be dirty. Like that's just how it is. That's just how it was. It'd be like making a Pirates of the Caribbean movie where everybody's dressed in satin suits. Like
I want to see that. I want to see that play.
I was talking to somebody the other day. Actually, it was a customer at my work, and I actually don't believe a single fucking thing he said. But a customer at my work was talking to me about Pirates of the Caribbean and how like Johnny Depp is coming back, and I was like, I don't believe you. I haven't seen anything like that.
So there are actually rumors that Johnny Depp may be returning.
Probably what he's talking about because
he has apparently given Disney a list of requirements, but probably one of those
requirements have been.
One of those requirements is an apology, and apparently Bob doesn't want to do an apology. So we'll see.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
But I was speaking.
Yes, but those requirements were already said like a year ago. Like that's the difference. Like
you're forgetting Rollo. No, I was purposely interrupting you.
Johnny Depp actually did say that stuff about a year or two ago.
Well, but to your point.
But
God damn it, I wasn't ready.
That's a good point, Takara. How dare you speak over me?
Yeah, but to your point, Caleb was talking.
To be fair.
To be fair.
Yeah.
So there's one thing I think is very interesting about this list, beyond what I've already talked about. But we see 1, 2, 3, 4 of the top 35 appear to all be non-English shows. And that's just based off of the fact that there are Japanese and or Korean lettering. Any of these could also be non-English. I just don't know. But I think that's saying something, that you've got these. What's so funny, Damia?
Nothing. Go on.
Oh,
I'm listening.
You've got these non-English shows that are charting, because we all know that America watches more television than anyone else. We just do. And so the majority now, what's the big question would be, what is the majority in these things? Is it 25? Is America doing 25% while everyone else is doing like 5, 5, 5, 3, 5, 5, 9, stuff like that? But how much would we have had to watch The Glory season 1 for it to chart this high in Netflix's things?
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
And yeah, I don't know enough about this.
I was really hoping one of y'all had heard of it. Shit.
Never heard of
How
it.
about Physical?
Never heard of it.
Crash Course in Romance?
Never
Turn
heard
Hidden Cough?
Dr. Cha?
Never heard of it.
Well, okay.
Son of a bitch.
Caleb, this might actually relate to what you're talking about.
Never heard of any of them.
Is that there are whole in each country, so there's a thing where you can look up like every single like listed show on Netflix, but you have to type in a certain. So where I was going with that is that like Netflix, I think, gets all these views because they can post a show that isn't necessarily doing well in like one country, but will be a huge success in another country. And so
that's kind of why this available globally is here, because you can see only one show in the top 35 is not available, or two shows is not available globally. La Reina del Sur season 3. I'm going to assume that is a Hispanic show.
Wait, La Reina? I knew that was a horror show that they came out with or something.
And then Fake Profile season 1 is also not available globally.
Well, but and so I'm bringing this up because if a show is really successful in one country, they tend to, at least here in America, will post one with like a dubbed version with English, right?
Yeah.
So, English dubbed. So where I was going with that is that like a lot of these views, I think, is because they can kind of manage what the successful show in one country. They can then post it in another with the language dubbed over, and it might not be a huge success, but it will draw in more views on that show. So I think that's something we should consider, is the fact that they're not Netflix isn't just big here in the U.S. It's a worldwide stream.
Now, something I would like, because they are breaking everything down by season, I would like them to tell us how many episodes per season, because the Night Agent has 10, while the Glory has 16. So what that tells me is more people are watching the Night Agent than Glory, and actually less people are watching the Glory than I would have thought, because they have 6 more episodes of TV time than something like the Night Agent.
The Glory, is that like a hole in the wall kind of show?
And the award for the joke of the night.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Shit.
Well, I mean, to that point there, like,
to what point?
When it comes to your point, Caleb.
To my point?
When it comes to, like, that's spelled with one L, Sundowners. But
he's just giving you an extra L.
I know. But
should be used to them.
Like, there is certain shows that come out in different countries, because specifically, like, with anime, Netflix gets them in Japan like before they get them in America. So like there's some shows that release in Western or Eastern countries, and not even just the Far East, like even like Europe will get shows on Netflix like a year or two before we get them here.
Did you just call Europe the East?
Well, I said more Eastern than America, yes. So it's more Eastern. So what I'm saying is, like, people
geographically.
I remember people graphically bitching about 7 Deadly Sins, which it came out, it sucked, but we didn't get 7 Deadly Sins for like 2 years after freaking Britain did, and that's just because of Netflix's like stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you had to switch your VPN to get it. And
right.
I see. See, I figured it was kind of like a Simple Jack scenario. Like, they only have certain things that they watch, but they watch it over and over again, you know?
Yeah, well, kind of like The Office. Sure. How a lot of people watch The Office over and over and over.
God, yeah. Oh, yeah.
America is east of Japan, Tokara, but Japan is east of America.
Depends on how far you go.
The fuck did you change my name to? Talk about? You don't even have enough.
Okay, so we're gonna move on. I think the numbers thing is interesting. But it is really just
My brain don't work too good.
But you never feel full retard.
So I am curious what y'all have to say about this. And one of the very few good things about the access media in the trades, like the Hollywood Reporter, is that every now and then we get a really cool image. And this is all about cinemas bringing back intermissions. And what I love about this is the fact that they've used Oppenheimer, Napoleon, and Avatar, 3 of the longest movies to come out this year. And I believe Avatar is the longest movie to come out in like 4 or 5 years.
So okay.
Avatar.
I know Daimyo 100% has something to say about this. Real quick, let me give the look who showed up.
Oh, my hot mom.
Oh, great. Just who I wanted in chat.
Let me kind of tell you what happened. So Martin Scorsese released The Flowers of the Moon, which is insane 3 hours and 26 minutes. And this art house cinema, which I believe is like a boutique cinema, they basically got a bunch of calls saying, hey, is there an intermission? And if not, can you add one? And so they eventually decided, sure, yeah, we'll add an intermission. And someone took like a picture of the little placard that they put up, and it kind of went viral, and Paramount called and said, so you broke your contract, huh? And so this has kind of led to the conversation of, well, if y'all are going to do these 3.5 hour long movies, you can't expect someone to sit there for 3.5 hours and not either need to get up, go to the bathroom, take a break, go check their work phones, anything like this. And so I'm curious, Daimyo, I'm gonna let you start first. What do you think about this?
Look, you wouldn't need a damn intermission if you didn't make these fucking overly long movies. It just
exactly
more often than not, a 2 hour and 45 minute to 3.5 hour movie is unnecessary. So I'm already in the point of view where you don't need an intermission if a movie's at like 220, right? Like that's, I think, on the longer side, but still the sweet spot for a movie is about 2 hours. And if you push past that, you better wrap it up in around 20 minutes past that. But at the same time, every single minute past 2 hours and 20 minutes roughly needs to be crucial to the story. And every movie that I've seen in the past like 3 years, 4 years, that is around the 3 hour marking point is unnecessarily long. Even for one of my favorite movies, with The Revenant, it doesn't need to be that long, but it makes up for it because visually it's stunning. They're taking a lot of these wide-angled shots of the landscape, and it's like moving photography essentially. But this one made me laugh when I was reading over it when you sent it to us, Caleb, because it's like, okay, the intermission's only necessary if your movie's a certain amount of time, and more often than not, it's unnecessary to be this long. And on top of that, it just doesn't feel like it's a necessary thing to have a movie when you can explain a story in under 3 hours, right? So I'm in the point where, or I'm in the line of thought where it just tell the story, don't add all this fluff in there. And I feel like a lot of these directors are up their own ass, sniffing their own farts, saying like
100%,
right? And that's where I stand.
Like, the one thing I think about that is you are correct. When the movie deserves it, like the perfect example of a movie that needed to be 3 hours is Lord of the Rings. Where,
remember,
other movies,
the theatrical edition was not 3 hours.
No, but okay, it was 2 hours, but still, like it needed that. Like, if you watch any of the extended editions, you would have rather have seen them in theaters. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't. It also has to do with the fact that it pulls you into the movie.
Rolo, name one movie that's 3 hours long that needed to be.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Lord of the Rings. That's one movie. But
the extended cut, right?
Yes. So what I'm saying is, if you had seen the extended cut of that movie first, right? You never saw the theatrical cut. It was 3 hours, and it was a great movie. It doesn't feel like 3 hours. That's the difference.
So here's the only problem I'll say with that, Rolo. And I love those fucking movies more than you do.
I don't know about
the problem with
watch those movies once
the
a week.
problem with that kind of thing is 16-year-old kids who don't have any responsibilities are not the only ones going to movies.
Okay, and
so you've got to, when you make a movie, you've got to make a movie that the vast majority of people are able to go spend the time in the theater watching. The vast majority of people cannot go watch a 3 hour and 45-minute film because they have shit to do that day.
So at least 3 of us on this panel know that, like, when you're getting off of work at, like, say 3-4 p.m., what, like, unless you plan, even still, if it's on the weekend, you got to plan your whole day around a 3.5 hour movie. That's half of your time for one day, right? It's just, it does not make sense to me. And an 8-minute intermission doesn't really make up for that. If anything, it prolongs that, right? Like, now you have, so it's a 3 hour and 30-minute movie. Now you have to plan for like 3 hours and 40 to 45 minutes, right? But still, that's 4 hours out of your day. So you're not going to go see it during the week. And if they release it on a Friday or a Monday, more often than not, you're going to be like, I have already plans set up for this. I'm not going to go watch this. Maybe I'll see it on Saturday. But then you better, like, plan out your day, get what you need to get done for the first half, then go watch the movie. It's just, it's too long. The only reason why you need intermissions is because of the length of the movie. And if the movie doesn't feel like it's something worth it, which is what's happened a lot of the times, like the Napoleon movie, what's the point in making this, right? Like, it doesn't need to be this long. I think more often than not, they are extending this for an unnecessary.
That I think is too long. Just the same way that, like, I can only just use like this example because it works perfectly. Is like The Hobbit did not need to be 3 movies, but Lord of the Rings needed to be 3 movies, and those 3 movies at 3 hours, like, any single one of us here on this panel right now would gladly go and watch Lord of the Rings, like the extended edition. And
to your point, I think the cinemas are more wanting to do it financially wise. If you set up an intermission, people are going to go buy more drinks, go buy more popcorns, some candies.
Cinema gets to keep.
And I always thought intermission was stupid for a movie like that. If you're going to see Lord of the Rings, you know it's going to be long, and they did re-release them, and they had the intermission. And you're going to obviously go and get more shit. But, like, if you're going to see Lord of the Rings already, you already expect it to be long. Most people
but this is also applying to new movies coming out, not great movies of the past. I get
what you're saying.
I don't think there's anything projected to be coming out anytime soon that will be in that spectrum of worth being that long and worth, holding your piss in and maybe shitting your pants a little bit, like, I don't think any of the movies are going to be worth that,
Sundowner's comment. I'm sorry. Am I the only one who gets that?
Wow. Good Lord.
Yeah, I got it. I'm the one that stuck it up on the chat.
Yeah, It's interesting. I think it's a money angle more than convenience for the viewer.
Well, but okay. So how does having a 3-hour movie versus a 2-hour movie have to do with money?
So here's the thing.
No, the intermission does.
Yeah,
because you come and buy more snacks and drinks.
The intermission would help the theater, while not having intermission helps the studio because they can have more showings. Even an 8-minute intermission would still push off the number of showings that a theater could have.
Okay, so
yeah, I guess, but I feel like people are going to get up and go to the bathroom or go buy snacks regardless.
Regardless, yes. But do you guys remember when the first Hobbit movie came out? I don't know if your theaters did this, but mine did. It was on both. It was at AMC and Regal. And they did a day-long Lord of the Rings and plus the Hobbit afterwards. So, like,
you were all over Lord of the Rings tonight.
You could pay a ticket to watch all 3 Lord of the Rings, but they were theatrical. But still, you could pay a ticket to watch all 3 Lord of the Rings and then the Hobbit. It was like a day-long thing.
Right.
This event they did. And they had intermissions randomly throughout that day. I didn't go because my mom wouldn't let me go out of school for it. This was years ago.
Oh, that's so cute.
You were in school.
Rola's hot mom was being caring about her child.
Hey, my mom is the best mom in the world. I love her to death.
Is your mom hot?
No.
At least you finally answered that. At least you finally answered that in a good way.
Moving on.
My point being is that it actually, like, they did have set times where they were like, okay, after you watch Fellowship, then there's a break, and then you have 30 minutes, and then there's the next movie, Two Towers.
Well, okay, so
they didn't speak like that, which I get, but that's for something specific, as opposed to like, let's just cut Avatar in half all of a sudden.
Well, but Rolo, you keep bringing up Lord of the Rings, and I want to make the point that there's a reason why they had a theatrical cut and an extended cut. And I think it's for people like myself who don't want to sit there for a 3.5-hour movie. Extended cuts work for if you buy the DVDs on disc and play them at home, when you can get up and go to the bathroom whenever you want, and get up and go get snacks whenever you want, and you don't have to worry about that. Like the extended cuts are for a reason. Like, do you need? So the Justice League is a little bit different in this sense, where it was edited by different people, and there was drama behind that movie and whatnot. But like when it comes to other movies where you have extended cuts and director cuts, it's something you pay for and you sit at home and watch. I don't want to go to a movie. I don't care how good the movie is. Like I already said, one of my favorite movies is The Revenant. I don't want to sit there for 3.5 hours. Like, I just don't. And The Revenant, I think, was at like 2:36, maybe 2:35. That's even a little
2:36 on the dot.
Yeah. So it's that even. Well, again, it's my favorite movie. One of my favorite movies. But like that was unnecessarily long in my opinion, because it wasn't necessarily filler, but they could have cut out a bunch of the like spectacular shots. Now there's a bunch of different things that happened, like that. Why I think he kept why the director kept that Alejandro Iñárritu kept the stuff in there was because they filmed that movie in 10 months up in Canada, and they put way too much damn work and effort into that movie to just cut shit out. And they had some really beautiful and stunning shots, but still it wasn't necessary to the story. They just had really good aesthetic shots in the movie, which made it worth it in the end to watch it in theaters. At the same time, though, it didn't add to the story, and there's a reason why you have extended cuts on DVD versus buying the ticket And I think 2.5 hours when you're breaching 2.5 to 3 hour movies, and something like Killers of the Flower Moon or so whatever that
Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah, so that movie's at 3.5. And from what I hear is mediocre. Like, you don't need to do this. This is just directors sticking their heads up their own butts and saying, watch my shit because I'm a big name director.
It's
I just think
long.
It's ignorantly long, or arrogantly.
Arrogantly, that's you. That's
it's
what
arrogantly long, right? It's
just the word.
It's them shoving their shit in your face and saying, you're going to watch this and you're going to enjoy it, right? But that's more often than not the case.
Out of those three right there, between Napoleon, Avatar, and Oppenheimer, I feel like the one that should have been the longest is Oppenheimer.
I can't speak on that. I haven't seen Oppenheimer yet, but
I think that Oppenheimer, needed.
I have a feeling I would disagree, but
there was a point in said movie that I was like, oh fuck, this is going on, but it pays off because you need to get through that slower middle bit because it is telling a biographical story. So like that's a bit different when it comes to Napoleon, which is like autobiographical, and it's not really like a true telling. Look, they even make him look short in the fucking picture right here. So it's like, like Napoleon and Avatar, yeah, they were a little bit too long. Like there were scenes I would.
Yeah, it's crazy. Napoleon's short, and there's a fucking Navi in a theater with two humans.
Yeah, what the fuck? The Navi is like 9 feet tall, but Oppenheimer is the only one here that I'm seeing out of these three, and I love Avatar unequivocally, but Oppenheimer is the one that should have been 3 hours. Like that made sense because you're getting a full, as accurate as they can be, historical telling of what happened, and that was super interesting and a really good damn movie. Whereas Napoleon, from what you guys have told me, is not accurate, does not need to be that long. And I think we all agree here that Avatar 2 did not need to be as long as it was.
Well, for the most part, Napoleon was accurate. It's just, look, 2.5 hour movies just aren't. That's the longest.
They're not terrible.
Yeah, it's the longest it should be. When you start breaching that time, it gets a little bit.
So like this is one of the things that we need to remember. We're talking about, we're kind of complaining about movies that are 2.5 hour long. This was 3.5 hours long. Like this is there's arrogantly long, like what Scott did with Napoleon, and then there's just I am a god, do what I want. Martin Scorsese saying I'm going to make a 3.5 hour long movie about Leo's dad killing Indians. I think that's what it's about. I've only seen the trailer. It doesn't look very good.
Well, I think maybe on the arrogance angle of these directors, I think they're trying to produce that masterpiece, like Pearl Harbor or the Titanic. You know, the super long movies that you're okay with, and that kind of thing. But that's just not really happening. So to us, it's like it's too much filler. It's not acceptable. It's needlessly this long. But yeah. That's what I think it is.
This is a good point, too. According to the film website, What to Watch, the average length of the top 10 movies in 2022 were 2 hours and 21 minutes, compared to 1 hour and 50 minutes in 1981.
I mean, an hour and 20 minutes.
Great movies in the 80s, and they were all sub 2 hours.
Movies. Like, I'm pretty sure Airplane was like an hour and 20-something minutes, and it's like a great fucking movie. It's a comedy, yeah, but like it's a great movie for an hour and 20 minutes. Like you could do a lot of shit in that time. Think about how much story you can fit into 20 minutes when you talk about fucking Avatar The Last Airbender or Star Wars The Clone Wars. Like you can fit a lot of story in 20 minutes and make it work. So like there's so many different shows you can think of that have a full-on story. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember, like you might not have been watching it at the time because you're a bit older, but like Cartoon Network, they would have
first time he used the age thing against us.
You're right. Way to make us feel old.
well, they would have. You guys probably were part of this. They would have split episodes where it was like, like you'd have 2 different storylines.
Are you talking about part 1 and part 2 of TV shows?
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
That's what I heard.
Okay,
that's
what are you talking about?
No. I'm talking about.
Explain yourself.
I'm trying to. So, like, what I'm saying is, like, for regular show, for instance, right? You'd have one 15-minute story, and then there'd be a 2-minute ad break, and then you'd have another different episode.
Wait, you think we're too old for the regular show?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just using it as an example. So, like, what I'm saying is, like, you guys remember then that there would be an ad break and it would be a whole different story for the next half of an hour.
Sure.
For the next half hour. Like, like every episode block was like a half hour on Cartoon Network. So you'd have like Adventure Time, which would do like a 15-minute skit, basically, or a 15-minute story, and then you'd have an ad break, and then you'd have another 15-minute story. Courage the Cowardly Dog did that. Like, all these different shows did that, and they were able to tell a concise story within 15 minutes at the most. And that's what I'm saying. You don't need to go this long. You could do like a hour and 20-minute version of certain movies and make it work. Like half of Avatar 2 is the beauty of it. Like you could cut out all of that and make it quick shots and still have that going.
So we're gonna move on in just a second. I do want to touch on
you won't. Sorry, not you. I'm talking to
you. Talking to your mom?
Yeah. You talking to your hot mom?
Do it right now. Prove it. Prove it.
Oh my God! I will.
Yo, if my mom actually
whatever. If you're watching, because he's told me you're watching before. If you're watching right now,
please make this happen.
If you walk up there and actually yell at him or spank him,
barehanded, get him.
I will give him $1,000. I will give you $1,000.
Mom,
hang on, I got to text her.
Give me.
So this feller Richards, I don't know who Richards is. I just looked through the whole article. I couldn't find anything about him, but maybe it's a company. Engineered a test in which VU offered its UK customers the choice to see Killers of the Flower Moon in one uninterrupted viewing or with a 15-minute intermission, which apparently in Europe are known as intervals or comfort breaks.
Okay. Continue.
Yeah, agreed.
Right off the bat, 30% of our customers chose to watch the movie with an interval, even if it meant staying longer. And 85% said they would absolutely come back and watch the movie with an interval.
Huh. I don't mind that idea if you do one theater's being sold with a intermission, the other one is just straight through.
Yep.
I'd be okay with
that. Interesting.
I think that's a good idea. And then you get like the people that want to just watch it. Boom, I'm done. That was a great movie. And you get the people that are like, I'm kind of getting tired. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get back to the house and throw a little hip. So.
Okay.
Yeah, the interval. I could totally see the interval.
So we're gonna finish up.
More the car,
So we're gonna finish up tonight talking awards.
Ooh.
Is it awards?
Golden Globes are coming out.
Okay.
I was sexist and not in the views of King's Advisors.
We need that clip.
I need those disclaimers, by the
I'll
way.
make it tonight or tomorrow morning. So here are Best Motion Picture: Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Past Lives, The Zone of Interest, or Anatomy of a Fall. I only know what 3 of these movies are.
I'm actually
I only know one.
to see Barbie on there because of how good it did.
So Maestro, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer. Those are the only ones I know what they are. What the fuck is Past Lives, The Zone of Interest, or Anatomy of a Fall?
Wait, what's below that? Below that ad, is there more?
I don't even know.
There's more awards, but not more nominations for Best Motion.
Okay, so I'm actually really surprised that Barbie's not on there.
But well, that's because this is the Best Motion Picture drama.
Oh, okay.
Did they split Best Motion Picture?
Because they have to put Barbie up there because I didn't see it.
Comedy, Barbie,
Yep.
Four Things, American Fiction, The Holdovers, May, December, and Air. Air was a comedy?
Barbie's the only one I know of.
Air was the Michael Jordan movie.
Air is not a comedy at all.
This is the second time they've put
musical.
No,
it wasn't.
It definitely
wasn't a musical,
wasn't a
was it?
musical. This is the second time they put like a serious black movie in comedy or musical.
Fuck, Air.
Remember
Air
when Get Out won Best Comedy?
Air was a really good movie, but it's not comedy. It's very serious. It's all about how
Interesting.
Yeah, it's how.
What's the next category?
Yeah, no, that Air belongs up there. That's bullshit. Air's a great movie.
Are you asking me to scroll down?
Yeah, what's the next category?
Best Director: Bradley Cooper for Maestro, Greta Gerwig for Barbie, Someone for Poor Things, Nolan for Oppenheimer, Scorsese for Killers of the Flower Moon, and Celine Song for Past Lives.
It's gonna be up to Nolan and Scorsese.
Honestly, if they had a pair of balls, they would give it to both Christopher Nolan and Greta Gerwig. If they had a pair of balls, they'd give it to both.
Look, okay, so this might be a hot take, Caleb. I know you're not the biggest fan of Pattinson or The Lighthouse, but I would say Eggers, his movies in the past 5 years are much better in direction and in general over both James Cameron and Scorsese. So
Right,
they both.
So, quick question: why did we bring up the other dude?
Yeah, you mean Nolan?
Sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah, I meant to say Nolan. I always confuse Nolan and Cameron. I always.
But why
Did
Irwin
because they
have
shouldn't. They best director, best motion picture. I think. So in Hollywood, there is a cult isn't the right word. A bias for known directors and who kind of get these awards. These awards are bullshit, in my opinion.
Yeah, they are.
And Eggers is a new upcoming director who's made some very decent films in the past 5 years, which is why I'm saying this. And these two guys that we already know of that have been around for 20, 30 years are getting awards that just aren't deserved, in my opinion.
I agree.
So, and that's why I'm bringing up the Eggers.
But okay, but he didn't have a movie this year.
Eggers.
Yeah,
I think you're right. His most recent was The Northman.
Yeah, in 2022.
But still, okay. So that okay, I understand.
But I do agree that the ability. I mean, I've had 80 people tell me to watch The Lighthouse, and I've told them fuck off each time. But no one has told me, hey, you should really go see Killers of the Flower Moon, or you should really go see even The Irishman. No, there weren't people saying go watch The Irishman. Now there were people saying go watch the 4 or 5 movies he made in the 80s and 90s. But no one sat there and was like Scorsese.
Well, and look, because I talk to you a lot, I'm not going to sit here. I already know your viewpoint on that, on what you just said. Yeah, but
Yes.
I will say you should watch it, and I think you would appreciate it more than you think you would. But you should watch The Northman because I don't think you've watched that yet.
Well,
Daimyo, you and I have had like 9 conversations about the Northman.
Oh, you have seen it?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he has to get punished. He has to get a timeout. Daimyo, you're gonna be back there for 30 seconds, and then you can come back in.
Think about what you've done.
Like,
no. Bring me back up. Yeah, exactly. No, but look, dude.
You don't deserve to be up there.
I think you're giving the light. I think you're rebelling only because people have told you to do it. But
no, I just think it's dumb. I just think every single time someone tells me to watch the White House and they tell me something about it, I think it sounds dumb.
Well, I understand.
But best screenplay. Barbie, Poor Things, Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, Past Lives, and Anatomy of a Fall. Once again, 3 movies. Did anyone hear about Anatomy of a Fall this year?
I didn't even know that existed.
Past Lives.
Hey, Ronnie.
Poor Things.
Ryan, did you watch Poor Things?
I mean, Rolla, if you go look in the mirror, you can see a poor thing.
Yeah, I could. 100%. You can see a
damn, that was good.
Best performances. I think so. I've seen trailers for Maestro. I think I'm gonna see it. Bradley Cooper looks incredible in it, and with this being I believe his directorial debut. I don't expect he's gonna win everything, but I think there's some stuff he should win. But I do think Cillian Murphy is probably gonna win Oppenheimer. He's probably gonna win Best Performance. Actress. Maestro, Anatomy of a Fall, Naiad, Past Life, Priscilla. Hey, Sundowners, what do you think about Kaylee Spaney being nominated for Priscilla?
What's Priscilla based on, Caleb?
It's Priscilla.
I would guess Priscilla.
Priscilla Presley's kind of lies about what her life was like as Elvis's wife and how she got to know him and all that.
Okay, all right.
The book it's based off is a bunch of lies, and the director, I forgot what the director is. The same chick that directed, or the same dude that directed, Queen of France.
Anne Boleyn.
That she was a Queen of England.
Queen of England. Fuck. What's the one? What's the other one?
Louise. She dies at the beginning of Napoleon.
I did not see Napoleon.
Let Them Eat Cake.
Oh fuck.
I don't know shit about this stuff.
Marie Antoinette.
Antoinette.
She directed Marie Antoinette, and the Marie Antoinette movie was total bullshit. So I don't expect that to be really good at all. Best performance by an actress in a musical or comedy. Fantasia Barrino, The Color Purple. Jennifer Lawrence, No Hard Feelings. Natalie Portman, May December. Alama Poista, Fallen Leaves. Margot Robbie, Barbie, and Emma Stone, Poor Things. I really want Jennifer Lawrence to win that award.
Right.
No Hard Feelings. Remember that?
Beach brawl. Shit.
Yeah, the nude beach brawl.
Yeah.
I have to watch just those scenes.
I'm sure you've seen them multiple times.
Best performance by an actor in a motion picture, musical, or comedy. Nicolas Cage in Dream Scenario.
Dude, I'm sorry. We keep. I know. We're just talking about the shit, but these awards piss me off.
Yeah.
Why?
Stupid.
They're so up like all these people
stroking their own cocks.
Yeah,
it's fucking stupid.
Awards piss you off, or
awards, Grammys,
institutions,
Grammys, Emmys, all Game Awards. They're politicized. You don't get nominated unless you're on a certain line of thought. Like this shit's just, it's all bullshit.
Yeah, I agree with all that.
Stupid.
I think
people get
awards
slapped.
Today or shit, but I think it's still funny to watch. It's still funny to watch who's nominated for what and Why?
I agree. I was just making the point. It's like I have a hard time actually.
care
Like,
less.
I have a hard time giving an honest thought or perspective
That's
on these
why I
things.
made the joke earlier about the fact that it doesn't fucking matter. None of this matters.
Yeah. I'd have to go look under Rollo's bed for my give a fucks for this.
Yeah, I hide all of Dog's fucks that he gives under my bed.
Indeed.
It's just when he needs one, I'll mail him a fuck.
Yep, I sent them to you.
Yeah.
Okay, Diamond has been talking about this in the back room for a little while, and now Ronnie just brought it up. Who's playing with the vibrator?
Okay, thank you.
What?
So I've closed out all of my tabs. I have
Do
nothing
you
open.
still hear it, Diamond?
I hear it's.
I hear it too. It's not me though. Cause watch. I'll mute right now.
Hang on, but y'all still hear it.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, dude. I hear this humming in the background.
All right, so I actually thought it might have been my massage chair, but I have it off now.
No, it sounds like literally like the Chinese are listening in on us talking to us.
No, it's just it sounds like a vibration or a humming. I don't know what it is. I've been ignoring it this whole time.
You know what it
I
sounds
don't hear it.
It sounds like
Makes me wonder if it's me.
Yeah, it is.
Jim.
It stopped.
It sounds like if you're outside of a
stopped.
car when they're bumping.
It's dog. It's dog.
So you don't hear it now?
Yeah, it stopped the second he put it on mute.
Oh.
Dude, it was driving me crazy.
What's up, Heavy Holler? Yeah, massage chair. Thanks, Heavy.
Dog, come back on. It doesn't matter. We'll
yeah,
just come back on.
Ronnie's the only one that said anything about it. So I don't give a shit.
I disconnected the headset. That's
So
brand new.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's what it was, I think. It must have been some sort of frequency that's being picked up. Like in terms of like the connection between the two devices.
Maybe it's the UFO that's targeting him.
Well, this isn't aliens conspiracy. This is
Yeah, we
that's
can't
tomorrow.
talk about that. You don't.
Okay, just want to go through a couple of these. If Timothée Chalamet wins Best Actor in a Comedy, I'll start a pistol.
Did you already watch the? Did you watch the Dune trailer?
No.
The new one? Yeah, it actually looks better than the first.
Do not give two shits about Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah, I'm gonna be me and my family are gonna go watch the new Willy Wonka as a family because our last name's DeLoompa, Oompa Loompa. You guys can make the connection. So
hang on, I think I got a picture here.
Do you want to do this?
No, I don't.
Okay, that's what I thought. I got one too.
I was gonna say he's got some ammo.
No, I don't want to do it.
He's got some ammo up there.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Told you not to post that fucking thing, dog. Oh, look at that. Rolo's hot mom wants to make you a real man.
I think I'm gonna time him out.
My hot mom.
I think I'm gonna remove your wrench. Let's see. Best supporting actress, actor William Dafoe, Robert De Niro, Robert Downey Jr., Ryan Gosling, Charles Melton, Mark Ruffalo. So
See,
Mark Ruffalo for what?
I can get on board with this only because Willem Dafoe not only spreads across multiple genres in media, so he's not only doing live action but also doing voice acting. Willem Dafoe is and has been a very, very qualified and I can't think of the right adjective for it, but he's a very qualified actor for that.
Okay, English is hard.
Willem Dafoe is fucking awesome, but
no, Willem Dafoe is a very talented actor, very talented.
Why the fuck is Mark Ruffalo up there for best?
Because he was in a movie.
What movie?
It was a Netflix film.
Who the fuck watched that? I've never even heard of that movie. There's so many other people that you.
It's the same movie that William Dafoe's nominated for.
That's why he's nominated for it then. Because there's so many other movies with good supporting actors. Like the guy that was in Oppenheimer, who was like Oppenheimer's confidant throughout the entire movie. That guy's great. But Mark Ruffalo is not an Oscar-winning actor. He's just not. Like
until he wins an Oscar.
Did you see that movie though? Like maybe it was good. Maybe he did a good job.
Mark Ruffalo actually, I think you're wrong about that.
Who?
Who do you think?
Okay, Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer, absolutely. She was fucking.
Bro, that's the one movie you've seen this year.
That's the one movie we've all seen this year.
I haven't, but you keep talking Oppenheimer. It's the only movie you've
seen here.
So he's actually
Lord of the Rings
been nominated for 3 Oscars. All 3 of them have actually been best performance by an actor in a supporting role. So he's a supporting actor is what he is.
He's always ever been.
So the first one was The Kids Are All Right. I have no idea what that is. Foxcatcher and Spotlight. Spotlight 100% is an incredible movie, and if you haven't seen it, you should see it.
The Kids Are All Right. Is that like the Secret Island movie?
No, that's he didn't hang himself.
What?
That's bad, Caleb.
And Rolo, being a young kid, didn't get it. Let's see.
It went right over
actress,
my teeny little head.
Best television series, 1923. There you go, Sundowners. The Crown,
Yes, Sundowners,
The Diplomat, The Last of Us,
Oh,
The Morning Show, and Succession.
The Morning Show is.
The Morning Show is actually pretty damn good.
Okay, so 1923 makes sense to me. Crown makes perfect sense to me. The Diplomat I've not seen. The Last of Us I watched.
Let's not talk about that.
What did you say about 1923?
I said that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah,
and then Succession, which actually
Succession's fucking.
How much
great.
time? Okay. We're best television show: The Bear, Ted Lasso, Albert, Jury Duty, Only Murders in the Building, Barry. I think Jury Duty wins this.
I think Ted Lasso might actually win.
Oh, that's not biased at all.
No, like Ted Lasso is actually.
That's not biased whatsoever. That's not biased whatsoever.
Dude, that went right over my head.
Yeah.
Wait,
if it was.
It went completely over my head because I don't know what you're talking about.
Should have seen
It
it.
was a fucking lawyer.
Succession actually has.
Oh, okay.
Dude,
See, I haven't watched Succession, so I heard it's really good.
Fucking phenomenal.
I also heard that Ted Lasso is fucking phenomenal as a good comedy show and stuff. So, and I like Sudeikis. I
have made the executive decision that we're going to end this conversation.
Okay.
That we're actually going to close out the show talking about the Hollywood Reporter critics picking the top 50 TV shows.
Oh, god damn.
I talked to Star Wars Dog about this last
give me a
night.
second.
This is not going to be fun.
You guys keep going. I'll be right back.
All right. So the top, what I would like is everyone in the chat and everyone if anyone watches this later, to comment what you think, let's say the top 5 shows are. Now, this is from basically 2000 to today. There's going to be a little bit of 1998 and 1999 because some of those shows end in the 2000s. The first one on the list is number 50. And while I never really watched the show, I think I agree because I do know a lot of people loved it. Sex and the City.
Oh yeah, I know a lot of people love that show.
We're not gonna read what they have to say about almost any of them, but there's a couple of them that we're gonna read. So we're just gonna kind of go through here. Number 49, Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's the only television show only animated TV show ever to win a Peabody Award for its character development.
As it should.
What? What is this? Never heard of this show.
No, Avatar: The Last Airbender should be above that.
Well,
never heard of
this. Or heard it, so.
Avatar: The Last Airbender should be above any of the shows we've never heard of.
Hang on. Vita.
Yep,
Stars.
above that.
You're going to notice there's a lot of shows that are, 2 to 3 years.
Wait a second. Are they lame and gay? This should be number 1.
What's the next one?
Exploration of the LGBT community in Mexico American.
They were lame and gay. I knew it.
The Underground Railroad. Amazon Prime 2021.
That could actually be a really interesting story.
It's a miniseries.
I just haven't watched it, but that could be a really interesting story if you did it historically accurately.
The Crown. The Crown. Netflix's probably best show ever.
Yeah,
it's
it's a great
only
show.
the 45th best show.
Yeah, it's a great show. That does not belong in 43.
The Leftovers. I don't know what this is.
Must be right after Thanksgiving.
But it was our beautiful Lord and Savior, David Nicholas.
Right after Thanksgiving.
Oh my God. Anthony Bourdain's Parts Unknown.
Okay, that
so
I'm not surprised because
this is the problem I have with this though, because there's a couple in this list that are not TV shows. They're unscripted entertainment. They're reality shows. A reality show is not a TV show.
Yeah, but Anthony Bourdain's dead.
Yeah, which is why I think that's on the list because he killed himself.
But it's a great. It is a great show.
Right, but it's not a TV show.
No, it's reality. It's not a story. Reality. Sorry, I just fucking lost my voice there for a second.
That's okay. Your balls will drop one day.
No, my balls.
Station 11. Again, this is like the third show that's one season.
That's like the third show that I haven't heard about.
Beef. Again,
never heard of it.
One season.
It's What's for Dinner.
Yep. Insecure. Anybody?
No, I haven't seen it.
My ex-girlfriend.
Nice dog.
Yeah.
Number 39, The Deuce. If you didn't know, is a TV show about porn in LA.
The Deuce. Why the fuck would you name it that?
I tell you what, I could give a shit about that show.
But
why would you name
number
it that?
38, Band of Brothers.
Not number 38. That deserves to be in the top 15.
So what Hollywood Reporter critics are sitting here saying is there are 31 TV shows better than Band of Brothers. By the way, dog, I'm just going to let you know the Pacific is not on here.
The only other military show that I loved other than Band of Brothers was MASH, and that was just because of the comedy.
That's okay.
Yeah, but if we're...
it's a really old show, but okay.
Yeah, I grew up with it. Like
number 37, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. All I'm gonna say is
never fucking heard of it.
There is no way in hell the CW had a TV show that was one of the top 50 TV shows.
No fucking way.
I could see Supernatural being high on the list.
Supernatural, yeah.
Yeah, that's.
CW. Oh, I didn't know that was CW. Okay.
Yeah, Supernatural for sure.
The Shield, number 36.
I never watched this.
I've heard good things, but
wait, that's
I've never had someone tell me to watch this show.
The guy on the left is a really good actor. He's been in quite a few things, but I forget.
Yeah, he's also in Fallout.
Oh, and he's in
Vice Principals.
He's in
Justified.
He plays Maddox. Maddox.
You're just listing off so many shows.
Right in Hateful Eight, it's Matt.
Yes,
Matt.
he is in Hateful Eight. Yes.
Yeah, and he's the best character in the movie, in my opinion.
Rollo, are you going to change your name back? It's
can't.
been like that for a while.
He doesn't know how to. He doesn't know how to. Let's leave it. Let's leave it there.
Chernobyl.
Okay.
So what you're telling me is Chernobyl was better than Band of Brothers.
No.
That's what they say.
Jane the Virgin.
Lovely. CW again, though. Surprising.
Orange is the New Black. I'm okay with that being on this list. A lot of people loved this show.
Yeah, that's all right.
It did really well.
Yeah, a lot of lesbians.
I used to watch
It's how women kind of discovered that they could be interested in other body parts. Wow, she's even leaking a little bit right here.
What the fuck did you? Oh my god!
Veep. Veep, number 32.
The fuck is Veep?
It's the Julie Streisand show about her being the vice president. You never heard of this?
No.
Oh shit, guys! I didn't watch it, but there is one one scene that I'm a big fan of.
Caleb, I barely want to watch politicians in general. You think I want to watch a show about them?
Hang on. So I discovered this scene a couple years ago, and wow, that is not what I thought I'd see on YouTube.
What?
Okay, we are going to
not show that.
Here we go. Okay. So this is a clip from
Cheese Miser.
This is the clip from that show.
It's so true. Cheese Miser.
See you, Tater.
Jonah Ryan as he campaigned in his home state.
How am I doing? Eating so much pussy, I'm shitting clits, son.
Hey!
What?
This is elementary school. Watch your spewing mouth, you animal!
What the fuck? Wait, is that the show?
That's the only thing I know from that show, and it's fucking hilarious.
If that's the show,
What show is
I'm gonna
that?
watch it. If that's what
Veep.
it's like.
That's
Veep?
what this is. Veep.
If the whole show is like that, then I'll watch it.
It's supposed to be really funny.
All right, I'll check it out then. If it's actually funny and it's not like some political drama, then yeah, I'll watch it.
Number 31, Fleabag.
Is in my Game of Thrones.
Number 30, Game of Thrones.
God damn it! Why did I say that?
30.
Cause you're a kiss ass.
No,
30.
fuck. We all love House of the Dragon here.
I've never seen it.
Yeah,
Okay,
Logan
everybody
keeps
except for
making
dog.
these general statements about all of us, like we're all the same person.
Caleb, I know you like
Don't
House of
speak
the
for me.
Also, it's a different show, buddy.
Dragon. I know.
Broad City, 29. What is
Broad?
this?
Great.
Okay, well, I don't know anything about that, but
How to with John Wilson.
so Caleb, how long is this? Is it supposed to be the best shows of the past 20 years, or
It's the best shows of the 21st century so far.
okay? So you have to put House of the Dragon higher on the list then, or not House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, because the first 7 seasons were massive. Like,
Yeah, no, I agree.
like
This is the
remarkable.
shit. This
Yeah.
is a terrible listing for Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
It is-
no, 30
It is one of, if not the most popular show ever made.
and that got so many people that weren't fantasy fans into fantasy. Like that should be in the top 10, honestly. All right, at least
Oh,
top-
don't worry. Don't worry. When we get to that top 10,
Yo, this list sucks.
27 Parks and Rec.
I'm all right with Parks and Rec.
I am too.
I'm
Parks
okay
and
with
Rec
Parks and Rec.
100%
Parks
should be
and
on
Rec
this
is the shit.
Great show.
Fucking awesome.
Battlestar Galactica, number 26.
Fucking low. It should be higher. Well, lower, but you know what I mean. Battlestar Galactica is a fucking masterpiece. That show's too good.
Review.
Never heard of it.
Must have got a good one.
I may destroy you.
1 year.
Okay, so that show's better than Battlestar Galactica.
This show, no. The better one is that this show is better than Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
It must be, Caleb. It must be.
Survivor. Again, not a TV
Reality.
show.
It's a reality TV show.
Reality.
They're picking that freaking low hanging fruit at this point.
Better Things. This is the show that ran for 6 years. I have no fucking idea what this is.
I have no idea what the fuck it's about. Never heard of it. I've heard of the name, but I've never even watched a single second.
I ain't never. What's next?
Deadwood.
Deadwood, I know, was really popular for at least its first season.
That's a good show. It also has Brian Cox and that guy. I forgot his name.
Yes.
True Detective should be on here then.
Peep Show.
Never heard of it.
That is disappointing. You need to watch it. It is the greatest, second greatest British comedy of all time. It's filmed in POV, which is fucking hilarious.
Okay, that's
because it's also the reason they'll never do it again, because it was a fucking nightmare to film. But David Webb and I forget the other guy's name. Robert Webb and David Mitchell. They're a comedic duo out of they went to college together and they formed a comedy duo. And they're fucking hilarious. That you've probably seen that video. Are We the Baddies? That's their other comedy sketch show. It's really good. Rectify. I know that's Abigail Spencer right there.
All right.
She had some videos leak.
What's the
Friday Night Lights.
Football.
Justified needs to be on here, and so does Burn Notice.
I'm pretty sure 18 for Friday Night Lights. I think that's a good spot for it.
Sure. But above Game of Thrones? I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't agree with that either. Halt to Catch Fire. I definitely wouldn't agree with this being better than Game of Thrones. I knew this show existed. I still don't really know what it's about.
Pyromaniacs, I guess.
Number 16, Breaking Bad. 16. 15, Atlanta. I heard that, dog.
Who the fuck?
Atlanta.
Nice.
You're telling me Atlanta was better than fucking Game of Thrones?
Maybe busier.
Breaking Bad was not trash garbage. It was not the greatest show of all time.
No, highly
but
disagree.
it was one of the best shows I've seen.
All right, where the fuck is like the shows that we knew? You know, that were on TV every Thursday.
The Blue Sky era doesn't have any shows on this.
What? So like, what about the USA era?
The USA Network, that era of USA Network is called the Blue Sky era.
Okay, so like none of those shows are on here. There's no
here.
Suits. There's
not on here.
White Collar. There's
Not
no
on here.
Firm Notice.
Nope. Buddy. I started that already.
Buddy.
Enlightened. Don't really remember this. I think she gets naked in that, by the way. So
Laura Dern?
30 for 30. Again, not a TV show. It's a series of documentaries.
Yeah.
How is this on here? The Americans, 100% agree. One of the best shows I've ever seen. Probably the best thing FX has ever done.
Yeah, that's a good show.
Highly recommended. The Daily Show, not a TV show.
No, it's not. What the fuck?
BoJack Horseman.
Gay.
BoJack Horseman was better than Family Guy, The Simpsons.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think I watched the first half of the first season. It was pretty funny, but
and
it's not even as good as Rick and Morty in my opinion.
As annoying as the super fans are, Rick and Morty was a better TV show than BoJack Horseman.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not even a huge fan of Rick and Morty, but it's better than BoJack Horseman.
Dude, Rick and Morty got real dumb.
Yes, yeah. The first 3 or 4 seasons are the best of it.
Yeah, honestly, dude, this new season, they did some really good storytelling in the new season of Rick and Morty.
It does.
Like the new season is really crazy good.
Except Sundowners, it would be BoJack Horseman.
That's what he said.
Yeah, he put a space.
Oh, he did say blowjack.
Yeah.
He said blowjack, of course.
Freaks and Geeks, number 9. Again, 21 shows better than Game of Thrones. Girls. Remember when Leah Dunham wrote a book and she admitted to sexually assaulting her little sister?
Remember when nobody watched the show?
Which is why it was canceled. Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul. 9 spots better than Breaking Bad.
I couldn't get into this one. It wasn't my cup of tea.
Yeah. Reservation Dogs. Now I am going to read what this is about. Hey, look, it's
I've watched it. I've watched Reservation Dogs.
Yeah, that's not a funny joke, Kevin.
It's
there's never been a collection of stories quite like Sterling Harjo's Reservation Dogs. It's not merely that indigenous teenagers are a demographic rarely depicted on television, though they are, nor is it just that their plot lines were shrug off centuries of stereotype about Native Americans, though they do. It's the way these tales are told, with boundless curiosity and a freewheeling sense of experimentation. The show allows for oddball visitors from the spirit plane, ventures with equal confidence into the bougie pleasure of a work conference, and the painful history of Indian boarding schools. Sets of joy beside brief and mingles the mundane with the magical.
Okay,
Any single episode might put you in stitches over the obliviousness of a world would-be influencer, or in tears over the collection of departed ancestors watching over our characters in the here and now. Effectively, they build a world that feels as lived in and as distinctive as their own.
Okay, so I did watch this show. I didn't finish it, but I did watch it, and it's not anything what this article just said. Like, it is literally just Native American kids that live on a reservation fucking around. That's the show. Like, it's not a
Did they have to call ahead of time?
It's not a deep-seated, like, oh, this is because of this, and like, it doesn't deal with all that shit. Like, I did watch that. I've been on reservations before, and I was like, okay, this is an interesting premise, and it's literally just reservation life. There's nothing that's like, oh, fuck the white man or fuck America, like all that. That's not in it. No, none of that. There's no political bullshit in this show. It's just,
but to what you said, Rolo, this is just,
it's just a show about people on a reservation. That's it. Like, kids that are delinquents. It's literally just another show about delinquent kids.
So
it just happens to be that they're on a reservation.
Where's the storyline that's the boozy pleasures of a work conference?
That's not in it. They just want to make money so they can leave the reservation, basically. Like, there's no bougie work conference.
So
it's a comedy.
So the kids want to leave the reservation.
No, the kids just want to be completely free, not from the reservation free, but free in general. Of like, we can do whatever the fuck we want. We have overbearing parents, overbearing systems. Like, it's just a system about like kids that they're just delinquents. That's what I'm saying. That's it.
Doesn't sound like the number 6 best TV show of the 21st century.
It's not. It's most certainly not.
So,
and if they put
The Wire, number 5.
I heard The Wire is really fucking amazing. So
it is a good show.
I have only watched.
Is that Nick Cannon?
Of it.
Look, I don't know. I can't speak on that.
Kind of looks like him.
What do you mean you can't speak on whether or not that's Nick Cannon or not?
30 Rock.
It's hard to see.
All right, 30 Rock is really good.
Number 4, though?
No. The Office is going to be number 1. Guaranteed.
No, it ain't.
Number 3, Succession.
Dude, such a fucking good show. I can't. I was skeptical at first, but once I watched it through, it's a really good production. Fucking great. Great acting. It's really good. I highly advise this to anyone.
I
who
did
hasn't
too.
seen it.
And pictured isn't even the best actor of the show, Brian Cox.
Yeah, exactly. I would argue, and now I'm forgetting his name. The guy on the right. He acts. He has more scenes. Like he's pretty much the lead, I would say, and he does, if not better, equally as skilled as Brian Cox. Brian Cox is kind of a smaller role in comparison to these three.
So number 2, who wants to guess number 2?
Not me.
Not Game of Thrones. So Friends.
What'd you say?
Friends.
Friends. Okay, so Friends started in 2004. I mean, 1994. It's not really a 21st century TV show.
Never mind then. Big Bang Theory.
It's a good guess. It's a really good guess. Daimyo, do you want to take a guess?
I mean, I'll just throw it out there. Curb Your Enthusiasm.
You're both wrong. The Sopranos.
Oh, that's actually good.
Oh, yeah, shit. Okay. An actually good one.
Yep.
That's a great show.
Would you both like to use your previous guess to guess what the first one will be?
Sure.
Yeah.
So, Curb and Big Bang?
Yeah.
Okay. You're both wrong. It's Mad Men.
Okay, I can see that.
You just wanted to tell us we were wrong. You set that up.
No, Mad Men is not the best show of the 21st century.
It's not at all, but I could see why they put it there. Because it is a really good show.
Yo, fuck this. Fuck this listing, dude. This is all subjective. This is all subjective. This is a bullshit fucking article.
No, there's an article to get clicks. That's what
Daniel, I think you and I could get together and make a list of the top 50 shows of the 21st century and only argue over 20% of where
I agree.
You could throw me into that group, and I think we'd all agree.
Yeah, but you're so young, you haven't seen a lot of stuff.
All I do is watch shit.
I'm kidding, dude. Okay, everybody, that's how we're gonna end the stream on that really shit note.
Mad Men is the #1 show for the past 20 years.
All right, drop him. Get him out of here.
All right,
everybody, thanks so much for stopping by. Sundown, Takara, Cheese Miser, Dan popped in for a little bit. Sorry, man, I didn't see you in there. Spud or Taters, Heavy Hauler, great to see you in here. Ronnie,
Dan's here.
Rolo, and of course, our favorite mom, Rolo's hot mom. Thank you so much. Thank you all so much for stopping by. Go like and subscribe. Go subscribe to the Gatekeepers Daimyo and Star Wars Dog. Until next time.
Video.